Hello, everybody.
Hello, lovelies.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome to the insanity.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey, Zoe looks like she's got to go out.
She sure does, doesn't she?
She
does. Sure
does.
does. She's like, oh, are you going live? I think now's the time for me to go to the restroom.
Zoe's a smart girl.
Y'all, 8 minutes ago, Tara goes, in 2 minutes, she's going to need to go. She actually far exceeded my expectations.
That's true. As Captain says, that's my girl. That's her spirit animal, Zoe.
Oh, hey, Amber.
Hey, Amber.
Welcome.
Oh my gosh, who is that?
You haven't,
Who is that little cutie?
That's Mr. Jasper. I'm going to try to put him up in my lap. So
Oh
I'm
my
go off screen for
goodness.
just a second.
Look how cute he is. I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
She's trying. She's going to get there.
I know.
Oh, okay, here we go. I'm going to put you back on.
Okay.
Doop-a-doop.
Oh my goodness. I'll be right back.
Yes. Oh, man, he's gotten so big.
He's so big.
He has. Guess
Happy
what, buddy?
birthday, Jasper.
It's your birthday. You get vanilla wafers.
Look,
Okay,
vanilla
slow down.
wafers. Y'all don't
Slow your
understand.
roll.
This is like the most adorable sound in the world.
Slow your roll, buddy. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, here you go.
Yep. That's right. He's got to pull it out himself. It's the chomping. It's the chomping that gets me every time.
Okay, I'm back. Look at that cutie.
Hold on. Listen to the chomping. Shh. Wait.
Oh,
Just
Double H
we're
just
trying
brought
to
him a
work.
bowl of snacks.
Oh my goodness,
birthday,
it's so big. What the?
Happy
Wow.
birthday. Happy birthday, Jasper.
Is this his first birthday? I might have missed
Yes.
it. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. He's so cute.
He is.
The chomping gets me every time.
I know. And I can't wait till we get another one and hear them both chomping at the same time.
Hey,
Another
wait.
one.
You can hear
Hmm.
Double H's heart skip 5 beats just from that.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, but today he made the comment when we were in their house thing that we're building. He goes, and I'm putting this over the electrical wire so the goats don't chew it.
Oh,
I heard the
Dub
goat.
H.
somebody open
Dub
the door.
H. That
That's
door.
it. Can you say hi to everybody? You're not getting any more. No
Aw.
more. That's it.
Usually, but
No
I
more.
like all my snacks. It's my
No more.
birthday.
That's it. It's dinner
Birthday,
time.
and I can snack if I want to.
I like his little harness and stuff. Oh my goodness. I can't believe how big he is.
He is.
I know.
He's
wild.
short, but he's fat.
Well, all those vanilla wafers go straight to the hips, I heard.
So, you want to tell everybody bye so you can go eat dinner?
Straight
You want
to
to give them
the
kisses? You want to
No,
give them kisses?
He just wants to be on the show. He has things to say about the
we go.
Zizians, I'm sure. Is he going to eat that paper?
What's that?
He likes napkins.
Oh, Lady in Gray wants to
Eating.
know, how much does he weigh?
How much does he weigh? Probably about 70 pounds.
70 pounds. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't understand.
Double H said
Terry's a
50 or
beast.
60.
I mean, that's
Look.
still awesome.
Terry's still a
He's
beast.
eating this.
Amber M says short and fat like me. Oh, girl. Oh,
Ate all of his napkin. You're a good boy.
oh, so cute. He has
Oh
the
my
cutest
gosh.
blue eyes,
Oh
too.
You know, it's not much different than what it looks like when I eat on camera.
Happy birthday, buddy. You go back for Dada.
Oh,
The only
happy
difference is
birthday,
my eyes look
Jasper.
straight.
All right,
Look,
you can
that
go
was
eat
a
dinner
very
now.
handsome Double H arm. You saw that. That's a very handsome double H arm right there that I just saw.
That was.
What a
It was.
strong gentleman.
Now I have Nilla wafer crumbs in my lap.
At
Well, you
least
might
that's all
need
you got
snacks
in your
for
lap.
later.
Could have been worse.
Oh no, he would never. He is never.
Oh.
Except for the time I said pee, because if you take him and you tell him to pee, he pees on command. And
Oh.
one day I was telling somebody that you say that, and I had him in my lap, and he stood up and peed on me.
I can't.
But it was
even
my
pee on
fault because I
command.
told him to.
I'm sending Casper and Elton your way so you can train them.
Well, I can't wait. Oh, I know. Just wait until we see them snuggled up in bed together, watching TV. He likes to cuddle in bed
I'll let
and watch
that go
TV.
live. I'll let
You'll
look
what?
at that handsome. Look, we're getting all the handsome gentlemen tonight.
Oh, the handsome
Good
gentleman.
grief.
Well, thank y'all
Can't
for
handle
letting
it.
me show you Mr. Jasper.
Yeah.
But he's fat because I overfeed him.
Or he looks just the right size.
He is, because tomorrow morning he won't be that size because he won't eat all night, and he pulls the food from his other stomachs. So his other stomachs are big. And then when he goes and he pulls up his regurgitation, then he eats that, he gets smaller. So he's got a tummy where it all just sits and ferments until he's ready to
They
eat
have
it.
one stomach with 4 compartments. I wish I had one stomach with 4 compartments.
What even? Oh,
They're
okay.
rutamers or ruta something or another. That
I mean,
means they
it's
have
rude that he can do that. and I
different
can't.
compartments.
I didn't know that about goats at all. So look at
Yeah.
us already learning things.
See,
Already
look
looking
at
things.
that.
Oh, we
Goat
build
facts.
you up, and boy, are we about to tear you down. Tara,
Oh,
tell us
yes,
how
we
we're
are.
going to tear them down tonight.
All right. Well, you guys, tonight we dive into episode 4 of our special investigation, Zizian's Unveiled. This multi-part deep dive exposes the chilling truth behind the Zizian cult, a radical mix of trans, vegan, rationalists, anarchists, all the labels really, who have left a trail of bodies stretching from coast to coast. This is, without a doubt, I think it is safe to say at this point, the craziest true crime story any of us have come across in all of our combined years of true crime.
Yeah.
And we're still getting new stuff coming out about them all the time. We will be here every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, unraveling their tangled web. So if you guys haven't yet, please like this video so it shows up in the algorithm, however that works. I'm not smart enough to belong to this rational community of AI, but apparently it's a big deal. So like the video so other people can come and join us. Make sure you've subscribed and hit that like button so you do not miss us going live to talk about these people, because you do not want to miss anything.
Do not.
No, but before we get into that, let's talk about what we're drinking tonight, you guys. Terry,
but-
let's go with you.
Before we get into what I'm drinking, did y'all
Sure.
notice we have a new member?
Oh, we do.
Terry
We
True
do.
Crime became a member.
Oh, Terry
Oh,
True
do
Crime.
look at that.
So she can actually chat to people in the members only party because I'm a member now. So,
That's true. If you guys didn't know, you should join and be members. Terry and JT did a members only live on Friday, and you guys, I've never laughed so hard. I, of course, was lurking and watching, but it's quite the show. Very fun time. They're very candid. We learned some stories that some lore of JT and Terry too.
and I was in my pajamas, no makeup, hair on top of my head. We talked about
You know what?
people sleeping
Some
in
of it
beds
just
with
hit
other
me, but we
people.
talked about.
Just go become a member and you'll see it.
Yes.
But no, tonight I chose Troublemaker
Ooh.
because these zizzes are troublemakers. And it's from Austin Hope Winery. And they say it's inspired by those early days in life of pushing boundaries.
Oh.
And it also says, they say the nose is bursting with jammy, boysenberry, and blackberry with a fresh hint of raspberry, which
Ooh.
carries through to the taste with also underlying tones of peppercorn, dried tobacco, and roasted coffee.
What?
and it's a red blend. And I'm going to say, I hope
Okay.
I do not drink this whole bottle tonight because I will have one hell of a hangover tomorrow if
I
I
bet you will.
do.
Yeah.
But with these
Put that away
troublemakers,
right now. Put it
there's a
away.
good chance I'll be drinking it.
It has like all my favorite things though. Fruits, coffee, nicotine. Like that's literally me as a person. So that sounds
Well, it
delicious.
smells heavenly. I've never tasted it before. And since I spent the weekend at my best friend's house, we have matching best friend glasses and they have our name on the bottom. So I decided I would drink out of my cup since she's not here with me.
I love that. That's
wanna-
adorable.
Is it the first time you're tasting this?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, here we go.
we gotta experience this.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
And it's smooth.
Ooh, oh girl,
No
you're gonna
furry
have a hangover
tongue.
tomorrow.
It is smooth. Oh my gosh, I can taste the smoky tobacco taste.
Interesting.
It is good. And it's got a little spice
Is
from
it
the
available
peppercorn.
widely?
Yeah, I bought it at Target. Not Target, Wally
Okay.
World.
Oh,
Oh wow,
JP,
that's
what
very
about you?
widely available.
I had to go to Wally World.
All right. Well, I forgot to put some notes in this section, so I did it in like 30 seconds before we started. I'm drinking Ballad Brewing's Kolsch style golden ale. It's all right. It's just all right. I mean, there's no shade, but then again, all the shade. Why did I pick this? I don't know. I had some reject beers in the fridge, and at this point in the story, I'd like to find some redeeming qualities, but I can't seem to find them at all in the Zizians because between the past 3 episodes and tonight, I got literally nothing finding any of those qualities. It's like finding a life lesson in a slap fight at a gas station between a woman of God and a local amateur wrestler on a Saturday night in Reno.
I mean,
So.
that fits. That's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate.
17.5%
The box truck behind them.
alcohol.
You are going to be so hungover tomorrow.
You are going to be
That's amazing.
straight
That's a-
zizzed tomorrow.
That is straight. That's a really high percentage for a bottle of wine.
Yes.
I'm going to have to get me some of that. Well,
You know what that is?
tonight-
That's a Wally World percentage.
That is. Oh my goodness.
Well, I was surprised that they had it there.
Yeah, that is
To be honest.
surprising.
My 2 beers don't even total your percentage.
I don't think I've ever seen a percentage that high on a wine.
Let me put my glasses back on. Let me make sure I read
believe
this
it.
Yeah,
right.
you're going to need them because your eyes going cross-eyed.
I stand corrected. 14.5.
I mean, still, you're getting a hangover tomorrow. At that rate, that's happening.
What are you drinking, Miss Llama? Teddy?
Well, so I bought a whole ass box of
the
Boda box,
Boda.
Pinot
Ooh.
Grigio. Okay. I bought a whole ass box because we
fancy.
need it for this story. But when I went to get it out of the fridge before the show, somehow the bottom of the box became all wet. So now I just have a big ass bag of wine.
Okay. But can I tell you, that's what I do when I buy mine. I take them out of the box and put them straight in the refrigerator like that because then they get colder and it's more chilled and they'll have like little pieces of ice almost in it.
Okay, well that makes
So you
my
accidentally
hiccup
did an
11.
amazing thing.
Right? Yeah, so if it sounds like peeing at any point in time of the show, I just want you to know it's me refilling my glass, not me doing that because my microphone picks up literally everything. So
Okay,
Just
just
like
so you
that.
know, thank goodness we're rated 18 and up because a school teacher just got in trouble. He had to go to the bathroom. He
no.
didn't have a teacher to sit with his class, so he peed underneath his desk into a jug, and the kids heard something and looked. He just got arrested for sexual assault.
wow,
So just make sure there's no kids around if you are going under the desk.
wow, that's a story. I'm gonna
Word.
have to look into that. That's pretty wild. Well, anyway, so yeah, I'm really excited to be here tonight and discuss more Zizian shenanigans because boy, do we got some for you guys. A
They're
whole
the
lot.
gift. They're
Yes.
the gift that keeps on giving.
They really are.
I mean, they literally are.
In all the wrong ways. In all the
Yes.
wrong ways.
all the wrong ways.
Well, as I've done for every episode, this series involves many non-binary and transgender people. We will not avoid these topics as they are important to the philosophy of the cult. All subjects will be introduced with their chosen name and legal name for the sake of legal research. We will do our best to use appropriate pronouns, but please know, if any mistakes are made, it speaks to the vast number of players in this case and the complicated nature of their beliefs, and it is in no way intended to disrespect their gender identity. We are very proud of the respectful and inclusive chat community that we've built here. Our regulars know the drill, but to anyone popping in, please know that we are not going to tolerate hate speech. Ooh, I'm getting a train.
Can you hear that? See, I told you, my mic picks up everything. Sorry.
That's amazing.
Train sounds.
No,
Okay, well, then I won't mute
like
then.
Bruce
I'll
Springsteen for a
keep
second.
on for Terry.
I felt like Bruce
thought
Springsteen
JT
for a
was-
second there. All right.
I thought you were doing sound effects, JT.
No. If I was doing sound effects, I'd throw in a. So it's fine. So, anyways, we're proud of the chat community that we've built here. Our regulars know the drill. If anybody's popping in, know that we don't tolerate hate speech at all. Statistically speaking, trans people are 4 times more likely than cisgendered people to be the victims of crime. We are not here to fan that fire. We are here to discuss how this group of bright young people ended up involved in multiple deaths. So, with that said, Terry, kick us off.
Well, hold on just a second. Miss is here tonight. Her power's out. Our associate producer she's out of power right now. So we're having a good old time doing this without her tonight. Hopefully she gets her power back. I too will be under a severe storm watch, possible tornadoes in like an hour and a half. So
I mean,
bear with us tonight, you guys.
I love the name, Miss. So.
And yeah. I am running the presentation. So really, we don't know what we're going to get tonight. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Imagine if I was doing it, I would shut the whole thing down and we would wind up.
Honestly, probably trust you more.
So, well, I'm going to give you a quick thing. So just like the previous episodes, guys, we being the smart people, not including me, have made some very helpful graphics to go along with this story. So if you're listening to this as a podcast, I am going to tell you, take your little happy butt over to YouTube and watch this on our True Crime and Wine Time YouTube channel. You're going to need the graphics to see it, and you get to watch us in person make fools out of ourselves.
That's true, because you never know what we're gonna get with Captain and Amy who put together our visuals. You never know.
You are just catching this, and this is your first time, and you're a little confused. You can find the previous episodes on our YouTube channel under lives or on our curated playlist about Zizians. Okay, because we've said this each episode. You do not want to miss any details about this. I mean, they literally are making me have to come up with a new word because bunny boiler doesn't work because they are beyond bunny boiler. And I have yet to come up with a new word.
I know. And we're just getting deeper and deeper in every week.
By the end of it, I will have a new word.
Right. Oh, so last week we finished reading Ziza's blog posts on the early days of the Zizians. And what a fun time that was. And her and Gwen's failed attempt to build up the rationalist fleet, if you want to call it that, by living on boats. Not so much a good idea, especially if you don't have a bike helmet. I think that was the most important thing we learned last episode, is to always have your bike helmet on when on a boat.
Yes. We did learn that Sith power is no match for incompetence, which really makes you rethink the series, to be honest. So,
oh my goodness. We also explored the interactions between Ziz and Jane Fluttershy, who Ziz clearly thought was a mortal enemy. And we introduced Maya Pasek, who was in the process of starting her own rationalist community in Spain, But sadly, at the end of that story, Fluttershy, aka Jay Winifred, and Maya Pasek both lost their lives to suicide.
It's almost like no amount of distance, socially, geographically, or otherwise, could prevent the tragedy that follows Ziz wherever the Dark Lord Sith goes.
True.
Yes. We also pretended to understand what mental tech was and their strange belief that two hemispheres of your brain are two different personalities that could be good and or evil, and we're trying to kill one another. I hope everyone has spent the last week working on their mana warp and mind control powers, because I have.
It's really brave of everybody here to nod along while someone explained how their brain hemispheres were in a custody battle over the body. One's good, one's evil. Apparently, they're both subscribed to the same Dungeons and Dragons campaign. I do hope that mana warp training went well. Rumor has it that producer Tara finally unlocked level 3 mind control and used it to get out of doing the dishes. So
it's true.
Well,
it's true.
It's doing better to me because my brain is fried trying to figure it out. And I honestly think I short-circuited. I do. I was like going.
I feel that every day. Every day with these people.
Hey guys, I am sorry, but there is a mosquito flying in front of my face and I can't catch him.
Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you have an existential crisis deciding what you're going to do with that. Oh, hi, Kimbers. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey. So just like last week, tonight's story is only going to focus on a select few, Ziz and Gwen, who we're familiar with, and two new people that we have not discussed yet, Emma Borhanian and Somni, aka Alexander Leatham. We're going to dip our toes a little bit into the world of MIRI and CFAR, two organizations that are pretty much the reason all the Zizians met one another. And then we're going to get into what can only be described as the worst thought out protest one could imagine, because these people are really not great at anything they do.
It was really bohemian of them.
All right, so let's get into it, you guys. Let's get into all this madness, shall we?
Make sure your glasses are full.
All right.
That's true. Hold on, you might hear pee sounds.
Right.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, got my bag.
I'm going to. Here, I can help.
Oh no!
Can you guys hear that?
Terry's gonna join. It's okay. You're both doing it at the same time. I'm gonna charge you with sexual assault. It's fine.
I did it on top of my desk instead of under the desk.
That's impressive. I'm surprised your electronics are still working. We've mentioned the rationalist organizations MIRI and CFAR several times so far in this story. And I think it's time we take a little bit of a deeper look into what exactly these groups are and why many in the story donated their money and time to them. Because if you're going to blow your savings preparing for a robot apocalypse, you might as well make sure the people cashing your check aren't still losing chess matches to their Roomba. So, with that said, let's go ahead and start with MIRI. I told you guys it's going to be a multitasking nightmare. So let's start with MIRI first. Thank you. MIRI is one of the oldest and most influential organizations in the AI safety field, and it stands for the Machine Intelligence Research Institute. It's a nonprofit organization founded in 2000 under a different name at the time by Eliezer Yudkowsky. Think of him as like their version. You know what I wrote here, I feel like makes a lot more sense. Think of him as their version of Jesus, if Jesus had a Reddit addiction and believed the singularity was coming faster than him on prom night. He's a big freaking deal to them. You're welcome, I guess. He ended up, Tara's like, I didn't put that in there. Nope, I did. Sorry. He ended up writing a bunch of blog posts about the future of AI and safety, mostly on the Less Wrong website he created, which apparently were all turned into an ebook in 2015 called Rationality: From AI to Zombies. Because nothing says trust my logic like writing using a genre in which people's brains fall out. So,
I don't understand these Sabi things, but you guys, all right. Go ahead, Terry. Did you have something?
I am at a loss.
Well, it gets better. It gets better. Okay,
Oh, I
so
know.
you guys, he also wrote a fan fiction novel. Yes, a fanfic called Harry Potter and the Methods of Rationality. Okay. Which the New Yorker says is a retelling in an attempt to explain Harry's wizardry through the scientific method. I have every intention of reading this, and I would be more than happy to do a read along in the future. So if any of you are interested in that, leave a comment under this video and I'll see what we can work out, because, you know, maybe we can do that as a member only series. I don't know, but I, as a huge Harry Potter fan, I have to read this. I have to.
Can I do the voices and help? Also,
Yes.
At the top of the first chapter is the following quote: disclaimer, J.K. Rowling owns Harry Potter, and no one owns the methods of rationality.
So that's a hard no
That's
for
what it
me.
says, literally.
Because I will bow out of that reading, since I have never read or seen any Harry Potter. I made sure to buy it for my child who was interested. I even made him a Harry
know what?
Potter birthday cake for his birthday one year. Other than that, I know nothing.
I have to put in my resignation right now, you guys. Sorry, show's over. I'm out.
Terry, we're effed. We are effed. But I will say this, Terry, you are a true unicorn in the digital age. Now, we still love you, even if your pop culture knowledge begins and ends with vibes and a Wikipedia summary. It's fine. We're good. I love you so much.
We're going to have to just spend a whole 2 weeks together, and I'm going to have to educate you.
I'm just not. Let me explain, because I have so many people ask me this.
Mm-hmm.
I like to figure out what makes real people tick and why real people do stuff, not imaginary little wizardy guys.
Oh,
but
girl.
they're but it is a study.
Hobbit, and I've read
It
The
is
Hobbit.
human behavior.
You read The
Well,
Hobbit.
okay.
I mean, there's that. I mean, in fairness, I grew up with Harry Potter. Like, I was a teen when it came out and everything. So it was very much like my generation's like thing.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. And that's why, because my kids were reading it, I wasn't.
But you will say it stops being a kid's book around book 4. Okay, it stops being a kid's book real quick, real quick. So,
oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
yeah.
Well, that would explain why Jeffa loved it so much then.
Yeah, but in fairness, I mean, that was just what I grew up being a part of, that zeitgeist. So I forgive you, Terry, but I will educate you about Harry Potter anytime you want. So.
Well, apparently I am not the only one.
You too, Amber Ann. We'll just have to have a whole show about Harry Potter now.
Oh,
no,
God,
we're going to do the whole reading. We are going to do the reading. It is separated in chapters. I went through the first chapter today. It is something else. I cannot wait.
Yes.
All right. So the organization was created, MIRI was created during a time when the idea of artificial general intelligence, or machines capable of human thought, was still viewed as a future concern. But over the years, MIRI evolved alongside the growing recognition that AGI might not only be possible, but also pose significant existential risks if not aligned with human values.
Okay, all I ever think when I hear when it first started is that people load the data into AI, and if they're bad humans, then bad AI. Good humans, good AI. But like I said, I'm an old person.
Well,
you're not. I mean, there's a small difference between AI and AGI. So AI is what people use when they use ChatGPT. AGI is far scarier because AGI can learn anything a human can learn. It can solve problems in unfamiliar domains without being specifically programmed. It can reason, plan, and adapt across a wide range of environments, and it can understand complex goals and pursue them independently. So in short, AGI wouldn't just mimic intelligence, it would be intelligent with general purpose reasoning capabilities on par or exceeding humans. If anything goes to the current trend, exceeding. It's a whole other level of intelligence. So I did a little bit of, I was trying to find like a pop culture reference or some kind of area where I could just connect it. But think of Data from Star Trek. He's created in humanoid form. Best picture ever.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Lady in Gray says, "What do you call Amy then?" And Captain says, GI. You guys are gonna have to become members and watch the members only live
Okay,
to really get that.
Guys,
joke.
I have to ask, since you just said Star Trek, I've never seen that. Is it like in Aliens, Ripley, there's that guy that looks like a human, but he's really a robot?
Yes.
So that's what we're
Yes.
talking about. Okay. I
Yes.
understand
That's
that,
what we're
but I didn't know
talking
who this guy was.
Yeah,
Yes,
Westworld, things like
So basically, just like the AI or AGI humanoid in Alien, this is basically an anthropomorphic AGI. That's what this is. So just to give you an idea, basically,
Thank you.
yeah. So basically, making friendly AI is MIRI's founding vision, which is the idea that once AGI is developed, it should be beneficial to humanity in a reliable way, not just able to do stuff, but be aligned with human values and motivations. The term friendly refers to a system whose goals are aligned with human flourishing rather than being indifferent or harmful.
our favorite droids right there.
I
Those
know
are the
who those
droids we were
are.
looking for.
That's R2.
They are the droids.
Is that R2D2 and C3O or something?
C3PO. Good job, Terry. You get a gold star.
My heart
Good
hurts.
job.
My heart hurts.
We're getting closer
I'm not going to
to
make
your
it through this
nerd card,
episode, am I?
Now, I just want to say, like, I agree with Mary in the fact that, like, this is rude. I agree that, like, this is a really big concern. You know, I forget which decade it was, but it was when cloning, the idea of cloning, and us getting closer in science to cloning, right? The whole world literally got together, had a symposium, and was like, debated the ethics and the morals of cloning. And we all decided as a consensus of humanity, this is a bad idea. And it's my personal opinion that we really should be having more of these conversations with AI and robots coming along. So, like, I don't disagree with Murray's thinking and fears of the future. It's just kind of all the other stuff that I'm like, you know, we're not there yet, but like, you guys are a little intense. But I agree with them. It's a big deal.
Captain's right. If this is just plain Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, we could have avoided all of this.
She's
very, very true.
Oh, that is so true.
So MIRI played a central role in launching the modern AI safety field, laying down many of the intellectual foundations now adopted and debated across academia, tech industries, and nonprofit think tanks. So they have their own group of researchers that often work on problems that may not have immediate application, but they are seen as crucial for long-term safety. They often put out research papers and have collaborative workshops and discussions.
So Kimber's Ohio said she's so glad she hasn't missed much yet because I need some laughs. Thanks everyone, girl. You're gonna have some good laughs tonight. Don't worry. This is gonna be a fun time.
Oh yes.
It's gonna be a fun time. Now, we could break this specific organization down further into what all they actually do. But to be honest, it's very technical. And if you all want to, we can go into a deeper dive. Sarah's shaking her head like, no, I can't do it anymore. Maybe in the future. If you guys want to see that, also leave comments below. I am willing to talk about this group and all of the crazy things forever, really. But I mean, I don't want to bring everyone into that rabbit hole with me.
Just beware. You're going to wind up in Tara's cult. She loves the Zizzes so much. You should be careful what you drink.
For one, you should be so lucky to be in this cult with us. But two, I have a series of pages of what makes up these organizations, and I am more than happy to talk about it from another perspective on a different episode. But I have it. It exists. It's insane.
It's a lot, you guys. It's really fascinating and interesting, but it's like our brains might melt. But again, if you want to hear about it, let us know, and we will happily put together more in the future for you guys. But for now, let's enter the Center for Applied Rationality, known as CFAR. That's what we're going to call them for the rest of the show. Founded in 2012, and they're not just MIRI's spiritual cousin, but it's the bridge to the real world. Okay, so CFAR takes the insights born in the rationalist ivory tower that is MIRI and turns them into tools for thinking and living. So like decision-making frameworks, mental habits, emotional debugging exercises, because whatever the hell that is, and social coordination methods.
They basically turned a deep philosophical class into a self-help startup run by Spock and a whiteboard.
Oh my gosh, that is so true. That is so true. Kimber says she's been a part of our cult for a very long time. And that's true. Thank you.
I'm thinking I don't trust any of their tools because I think they would try to brainwash me.
Well, I mean, I guess it kind of explains Ziz's whole everybody's up to mind control me thing, I suppose. But well, we're gonna learn.
Okay.
Where's my aluminum foil?
Yeah, I need some aluminum foil.
Actually,
well.
Tonight is a good conspiracy tinfoil night.
Yeah, I might need to have Double H bring me some. Now, the former president of CFAR, Anna Salomon, yes, you heard me right, Salomon, who is also a very big player in tonight's story, said in recent interviews, I quote, "We saw AI as something that was really, really important that we needed to get really, really right, or it would be really, really bad. We didn't know this at the time, but in hindsight, we were creating conditions for a cult."
Oh, well, really, Anna Salomon? Somebody wasn't practicing their Murphy Jiu-Jitsu and pre-Hindsight techniques that we're about to learn about. Like, get out of here. What?
I've seen her do a TED Talk, and I've seen videos of speeches in other places from her. And for someone whose speaking style is very much like AI generated a middle school book report, I would say that's a bold statement, Cotton.
Umis asked, did I read that the Zizians tinfoil their phones? Yes. In the first episode, when we talked about Youngblood and Bakult, when the officers went through their car, they did find cell phones wrapped in tinfoil. Like they had watched that happen during their like surveillance of them. So I don't think we actually mentioned it, but yes, you are right. They did.
So now CFAR became best known for its multi-day in-person workshops, which offered an immersive environment for learning, practicing, and internalizing tools of rational thinking in real-world settings, emphasizing on behavior change, intellectual honesty, and decision-making under uncertainty. My God, slipped my wrist. Now, we know that most, if not all of the Zizians attended these workshops at one time or another, and for some years. Now, according to rational.org website, a 4.5-day workshop costs $3,900.
Oh, we got the tinfoil hat.
It was like summer camp. If summer camp was run by a spreadsheet and a guy named Thaddeus who thinks feelings are a software bug. Oh yes, welcome to Rational Camp, where the only fire we build is a burning desire for epistemic clarity. Grab your bunk, grab your priors, and remember, folks, if your friend is drowning in a lake, don't save them until you've done a proper cost-benefit analysis.
That's very true.
Yes. I did make Mrs. Bruce Crime go get me tinfoil. That
Aw.
did happen.
Tell her thank you for being such a team player. We really appreciate that.
She is
I
a
wish
team
we would have thought of it beforehand. We all could have made them because we didn't dress up this time for this episode. Anyway, but yeah, folks. Okay, so that $3,900 price tag includes room and board, a 200-page handbook, which we do have, by the way. So, maybe if you guys also want to hear that, we can read it in the future. I don't know. Let me know, because if I will take you guys down the rabbit hole if you don't tell me to stop, like where to stop. I don't know, because everything is so much. But anyway, you also get 4 free follow-up coaching calls with a CFAR staff mentor and access to and Terry has a tinfoil hat as well.
Hey, I'm not letting these people have a chance. My head already has problems inside there. I can't handle anymore.
Oh my gosh. I would tell B to make me a tinfoil tiara, but he's fine.
That doesn't help. It has to cover the whole noggin.
It has to cover. I could have put on my tiaras, but I need to protect my brain.
Oh, so as I was saying, so for the $3,900, you also get 4 free follow-up coaching calls with a CFAR staff mentor and access to many alumni community benefits, such as a free access to co-working space in the CFAR offices, cheaper alumni workshops, which is described on their website as follows. They say, small, free, or donation-based workshops that are either deeper dives into a particular part of our curriculum or experimental new material that we want to test. Please give us money so you can be a test rat. Thank you.
With my hat on.
Okay. They also get on a mailing list and alumni events such as their annual reunion, which it's very much the focus of tonight, this CFAR reunion. And you can also get a mentorship and instruction training that is a selective program for people who are deeply learning the CFAR curriculum and potentially adding to it. And for those who are interested in teaching our material to others. I've seen groups that do this kind of thing. They'll run like self-help workshops, blah, blah, blah. Guys, it's a scam. Don't fall for it. If you have to pay thousands of dollars for somebody to tell you how to think, don't do it. Stay away. Red flags.
Yeah.
Red flags.
Tony Robbins. What?
Who
said that? Who said that?
Let me be aware, we are going to put up a link here in a little bit to collect money so that you can pay to come to some of our workshops that we are going to host in the future.
They're only $100. They are 3 easy payments of $100 and 8 really hard ones. So it's not that bad.
Yes. I will
obviously not a cult.
All of the things. Now, one cannot just simply sign up and attend these workshops. Oh no, there's also an admissions interview. They say that the interview is mostly about answering questions about the workshop and what the person is hoping to get out of it. They describe it as a fit check, as the workshop is not right for everyone. And CFAR staff have openly acknowledged that the workshops serve as a talent filter and incubator for high impact careers. You guys, red flags.
I'm just going to say, if anyone says fit check, you need to run. Just letting you know. As somebody who's recruited for 30 years, because I started when I was 5, yes, you run if anybody says fit check.
Mm-hmm.
Before I get into the next part, on this slide, it says people uncomfortable with extensive socialization, high anxiety, emotional volatility, a lot of current pressing stress, and people looking for something we're not providing. Literally everybody who's in CFAR is those things.
I know.
Every single one. So I'm sorry, but your fit test ain't working.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel better now. CFAR's workshops have attracted criticism, particularly for behaviors and cultural patterns that some have described as cultish or socially coercive, maybe.
I am one of
Let's
those people. I am very much
Yes.
one of those people.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's explore some of the themes and techniques one might learn at one of these workshops. Now that we're going to break each technique down and give a real-world, relatable example. Now,
Okay.
one area that they cover is epistemic rationality, which is
Mm.
all about figuring out what is true by forming accurate beliefs based on facts, even if those beliefs might be hard to accept, unpopular, or surprising. It focuses on being intellectually honest and willing to change your mind when you get new evidence, also known as the scientific theory that you learned in ninth grade. They use 4 different techniques for this because it's not just enough. So
And I
the
just want
first
to say
one's
real quick,
Bayesian
they're spending almost $4,000 to learn
I just
everything
told
we're
you.
about to talk about. Okay. Like,
Yeah. $4,000.
Listen,
tell
I
us more,
refuse to go to
JT.
CFAR. I will go to CMIR.
Your mouse ears on top of your tinfoil hats.
I had to. I kept looking at myself and I'm like, oh my God, I look like I did when I lost my hair from chemo. So no, I needed to
love
put
that.
something on it to make it pretty.
It looks very pretty. I love it. Love it. All right. So tell us
the
more.
first
JT.
one is called Yes. That picture is everything to me. It is literally everything.
Yes.
The first is Bayesian reasoning. This is the process of updating what you believe when you get new information. So what you should do normally. You don't think of things as just true or false. You think in terms of probability, how likely something is, which I would say is basic common sense, but these days, I'm not quite sure. So as an
Not so.
example, imagine you hear a weather forecast that says there's a 70% chance of rain tomorrow. If the forecast changes and now says 90% chance, you adjust your belief that it will rain tomorrow because you've received new information. It is about being flexible and updating your views as new facts come in, as we all should do.
Okay. I have my bike helmet on. Lady
like,
in gray suggested
Nice.
that Tara needs her bike helmet. So I luckily have that readily available. So
oh, we
I'm
can't
here.
see you. We've got a
Right.
picture on the screen.
What are you talking about?
I don't see you on the screen.
I'm here. Am I here?
Yes,
There
you
you are. I had it so small I couldn't see us.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't have storms here yet, you guys, but I got my bike helmet on.
It's me. It's me. Now, the second is double crux. Okay. And this is a way to resolve disagreements by finding the main reasons you disagree, hence the crux. Now, in seeing if you both test or discuss it together to understand it better. Okay. So think of it this way. You and a friend are debating whether pineapple belongs on pizza. The answer is yes. But you both keep arguing in circles. Using double crux, you'd identify the key difference. Maybe your friend values tradition, while you care about trying new things instead of thighs. Once you know the crux of your disagreement,
I mean, maybe trying new thighs. Maybe.
I was like, are we going to put pineapple on those
Maybe if
thighs?
they did, we wouldn't have these problems.
Maybe.
But once you know the crux of your disagreement, you can explore whether testing it. So in other words, you would taste a new pizza recipe changes your perspective. Because honestly, I was anti-pineapple on pizza till I tried it.
It's pretty awesome.
It is
I don't
pretty
love
damn
it.
good.
Y'all,
Like, it's not one of my go-to. Like, I'm not going to order it, but if somebody else does, like, it's all right. It's good. My son loves it.
literally, if you apply that to any argument, you owe me $1,000. Thank you.
Okay. I
That's
mean,
true.
I will say I'm going to have to try some pineapples on thighs later. Maybe Double H will let me.
Oh.
Now,
Captain
Next
says,
week,
pretty
irrational
sure.
turn to trying new thighs.
Yep. So next there is calibration. This is about making sure your confidence is something matches reality. Oh, confidence in something matches reality. If you say you're 80% sure of something, it should be correct 8 out of 10 times. So if you're confident, for an example, that a friend will show up at 6 p.m., but they consistently arrive at 7 p.m.,
Get new
you
friends.
recalibrate your expectations over time. Now, if you notice your 80% confidence isn't as accurate as it should be, you should adjust and become more realistic about when to expect them. No shit.
But is that
Sherlock.
like really up to me, or is it like up to the person who's late all the like, why do I have to? I mean, I'll be gracious the first couple of times, but like, get your shit together. Okay, set an alarm. Quit being
Now-
late all the freaking time.
Well,
Now, what's
listen,
funny is like
That is
elbow
just
feet.
not rational.
Elbow
That's
feet
just
is
not
always
rational.
makes us late for everything. Like
That's why
every
I tell Double H, if we need to be somewhere, I tell him between 15 and 30 minutes early so that when we get there, would be late, but we're actually there on time.
Oh, my son's dad, I have to tell him 2 hours well ahead of the time to even get him
It's like-
remotely close to being on time. It's crazy. Time blindness for people, that's a real thing. I'm sorry, I'm not making fun of people that do have time blindness. It is a very real thing. I get it. But like some people are also really big assholes about it because they just like
some people just
care.
don't care.
Yeah, some people just don't care. Simply are very entitled about people's time. But anyway,
Very warm.
it's very warm. It's tinfoil. Like it's a heat conductor. Like it's gonna keep.
Okay.
I'm warming
I
up.
am
Maybe this is what's
concerned
wrong.
that Cap'n has friends who have their own time zones.
I mean, I've met people like that. Let's be honest.
I mean, we all have. Yep.
And of course, there's my personal favorite, Murphy Jiu-Jitsu, which we've definitely heard before. You love that little bike, isn't that stupid?
Hey, new picture guy.
But in case you guys forgot what Murphy Jiu-Jitsu is, because Lord knows Ziz talked about it like 3 or 4 times. It is a technique that involves preparing for failure by imagining what could go wrong in your plan and figuring out how to fix it before it happens. Hence my comment to Anna Salomon's quote earlier. Okay? So for an example, a real world example of this, right? So let's say you're planning a road trip, okay? And you think, what could go wrong? Which I think about all the time because I have super anxiety. But anyway, you imagine your car breaking down or getting lost. By planning for these possibilities, like having a spare tire or GPS, you've better prepared if something does go wrong. It's about being proactive and anticipating problems and solving them in advance, which, by the way, my therapist is just like, Tara, you worry too much about this shit. Like, this is a rabbit hole. Like, you got to be very careful, I feel, teaching people about this.
But guys, let's be real. Basically, they're telling us something we should already know.
Yeah, I feel that.
Well,
Because if
what
I'm
I-
going to take a long road trip, I check to make sure let me rephrase that. I have Double H checked to make sure all of my tires have air. I check to make sure he has the emergency crate packed in the back with waters and food and anything I could possibly need, just in case. Isn't that what you do?
I think so.
Here's two things before I move into the next section. One, I loved how you said he's packed a crate of things, everything I could possibly need. That was my favorite. But two, obviously, this whole Murphy Jitsu doesn't play with Gwen because she doesn't believe the basic things for box trucks are important.
That's true. Forget about safety supplies.
Who needs
Don't worry about
those?
roadside assistance.
No, you need to have that too,
Nope.
because what if you're in an area that you don't have cell service or your phone dies? You got to have all of the stuff. We literally have a tote with all of the stuffs. We could live in our car for 3 days.
I liked the description of this slide on our notes better where it said Murphy bullshit, because that's really what this is. It's really what
It
this is. So moving to the next thing, they also covered instrumental reality.
Rationality.
which is about figuring out what you should do to best achieve your goals, even when things are uncertain, scary, or emotionally tough. It's about turning your smart thinking into effective actions that get results. And here are some of those core techniques. Remember, after I'm done with this, that's another $1,000. Thank you. We
That's right.
have goal factoring, which is breaking down a big goal into smaller, manageable parts and understanding the deeper reasons behind it. SMART goals. It helps you find any hidden problems or contradictions in your thinking. For example, that is a troubling image. Suppose you have a goal to get fit. You break it down into sub goals, like exercise 3 times a week, eat healthier, get 7 hours of sleep. Who the hell does all of that?
Who does
Jesus.
that?
Whoa. Calm down. I said SMART goals.
Ophelia Buckle
while
did,
doing
remember? She like broke down everything all
well,
the time.
in the words of Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm pretty sure. So while doing this, you might realize you're conflicted. Maybe you're motivated to work out, but struggle with finding the time for meals. Who the fuck has the what? This okay. This breakdown reveals inefficiencies and helps you fix the parts that aren't working. Yeah.
So I just want to say about the AI photos, because I was talking with Amy today when she was making them. So ever since we talked about, we used AI to make Ziz with the bike helmet, it automatically puts her in a bike helmet in anything we make with her. Like it puts her in a bike helmet, bike suit, and like everything that we make, which I'm like, that's amazing. By the way, so just so you know, we did not put in bike helmets.
No,
it just
this looks a lot like Lori Vallow after prison. It looks a lot like Lori Vallow in prison.
It is learning. That's true.
It's learning. It's
API we're talking
remembering.
about.
It's adapting. Now, I'm going to just say, if you're motivated to work out, but you struggle to find time for meals, can't you just eat while you're on the treadmill or the tread climber?
I don't know. Working out is not my
I
thing.
mean,
I can't even walk.
I don't do that.
Without, you can't walk and chew gum at the same time. You sure can't eat.
Okay, well, that's just like I learned to run on a treadmill in heels in case someone ever was chasing me, leaving a bar at night. I didn't want to have to worry about being able to get away because I didn't know how to run in my heels. So me and Farmer practiced running in heels on the treadmill
Smart.
so that we knew how to get
There
away.
is not one
heels
piece
too,
of
bro.
me that is surprised by that statement at all.
Okay.
Yeah, smart. If you're gonna wear heels, you need to learn to walk and run in them. For real.
Exactly.
I can run in them.
So
It's not crazy.
they also use TAPs, trigger action plans. So they're not tapping it. These are trigger action plans. Okay.
May not be here if they were tapping it. Look at it. Looks
Correct.
like Ziz is pooping.
It does.
It does look like she's pooping. Now, TAPS is a technique that helps you create habits linking a specific action to a clear trigger. The idea is that when a certain event happens, you automatically do the desired action. So I'm going to give you guys an example. If you want to drink more water, you could set a rule. Every time I finish a meal, I'll drink a glass of water. The finishing a meal becomes the trigger that automatically leads to the action, helping to make a habit stick.
I like that Ziz is eating a leaf. That's her meal.
He looks like a monkey.
Does
Just
look like a
Rafiki
monkey.
going at it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So now this next one is kind of my favorite. Okay. There's also the pre-hindsight, which is your contingency planning. Okay. This is thinking, oh my God. This is
Her
thinking
on that fucking tugboat.
Look at that.
I should have driven a box truck. Damn
You
it.
guys, if you did not listen to our last episode, they buy a tugboat. Go listen to it right now because it's ridiculous.
So the pre-hindsight planning is thinking about what could go wrong in a plan. and preparing for those problems as if they've already happened. So it helps you be ready for challenges before they arise.
Oh,
So, example, you're planning a presentation. Instead of waiting for things to go wrong, you should imagine a scenario where the projector breaks. You should think through alternatives like having a backup laptop or printouts. So you're preparing in advance for potential problems, pre hindsight, so you can act quickly if needed. Now, JT, I know you're going to say something about this, but guys, it is called preparedness.
What, Terry?
Now-
You don't want to pay thousands of dollars to find the secret out?
No.
Listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I understand what you're saying, and I too believe that. Like, what the hell? This is very basic. However, I have also taught years of freshmen in college. And if there's one thing I have learned, it is that you have to spell this out. Now, I was not getting paid thousands. Sure wish I was. Obviously, didn't charge enough. But it's not as basic thinking as you think. And considering that all these kids are kids, maybe it's something new for them. I don't know. They're supposed to be smart.
I mean, okay, let me just put it in a simple real world. So if you have to go into a stall because you need to use the restroom, you check to see if there's toilet paper before you squat down. You don't wait till the end and then have to, be sitting there, or you make sure there's people next to you that you can ask to share some underneath. You think of this before you get in there. It's
Okay.
called just thinking ahead.
I would like to imagine myself in a stall and a dude next to me and being like, "Hey man, can you pass me some?" That'd be so funny. I
You've
would be
never
arrested
done
so
that?
fast.
You've
I've never had to
done
because
that?
I always check. I always check.
Oh, okay.
You know what's crazy is earlier we just said that, right? They have a fit test to get into this workshop. Like, what kind
So-
of
The people who attend this are not.
They
fit.
want the people who don't already know this.
Exactly, Terry. Exactly.
They want the people that need to pay for common sense, basically.
And that's not everyone's
They want.
fault.
They're
Okay.
doing.
No, I have
They
a
are
couple of
doing
ex-husbands
things.
that need to be in that class.
Well, there's many things people struggle with, yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
I
come on.
I just assume that the fit thing is not to make sure people are good for it. Although telling somebody they're good for something is a great way to bring them in. What it is to tell
Mhm.
or test how manipulatable they are.
Exactly.
How much they can be. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. It's no
Mhm.
different than having a one-on-one with like what's his name?
I don't
Man,
know, you tell
a
us.
Flavor Aid man.
The Flavor Aid man?
Oh, Jim Jones.
Yeah, it's no different than having a one-on-one with Jim Jones to make sure that you can go to the new place, right? It's like,
Oh.
how can I? It's all that same thing.
Oh, I got a rant for you guys. Don't worry. A rant is coming.
I can't wait.
So they also have another technique called cozy, which is comfort zone expansion, which is about stepping outside your comfort zone. Look at, sorry guys. There's a bunch of pictures of rats also wearing bike helmets.
Oh my God. That is, oh my God.
What's this?
We might need to give Amy a raise or Chat GPT a raise or whatever AI.
It's amazing for their rat fleet. I love it. Anyway, okay. So cozy is about stepping outside your comfort zone in small ways to build resilience and making it easier to act when it really matters. It makes sense, right? Example, if you're scared of speaking in public, you might start by making small speeches to a friend, then gradually increase the challenge to speak in front of a group. By intentionally seeking discomfort in manageable doses, you become more confident and prepared for a bigger challenge down the line. I agree. Okay. I wholeheartedly agree. As somebody who suffers from social anxiety and agoraphobia, all that jazz, exposure therapy is the best way. I just don't think it's good to experience it with this group. Okay. Like you need professionals here. Okay.
Yeah.
Professionals. So there's also metacognition and self-improvement. And that is all about being aware of how you think and understand your brain's patterns. It's about noticing when you are making mistakes in your reasoning and then learning how to correct those mistakes in real time. Okay, so an example of that is, imagine you're trying to solve a problem at work and you're stuck. Through metacognition, you step back and realize you're rushing through the solution because you're stressed, and you often make impulsive decisions when under pressure. Who hasn't?
I was like, say, who?
Yeah, recognizing this, you can slow down, think more clearly, and find a better solution. By noticing how you think, you can improve your decision making over time. As somebody who struggles with anxiety, this is something I have to constantly remind myself, right? To pull back. You know what I didn't do? Pay $4,000 freaking dollars.
Agreed. It's called, in the business world, just take a step back. Maybe you're too focused on it. You need to take a step back, take a breather, go for a walk.
In the non-business world, it's called chill the fuck out. It'll be okay.
Well, I'm going to
Nobody
just
wants
say
to hear
I'm in
that
the
if they're
wrong
having problems,
business.
obviously, but
If they're getting $4,000 for this, we need to start doing this. And I will even provide pink sparkles, unicorns, and bubbly champagne.
I mean,
pink
they're not offering
sparkles would just cause more anxiety. I have a feeling. Just
Then we can
remember,
charge
these
them
people
more.
are cis.
But then we can
Like,
charge them
the
more.
Emperor Palpatine didn't have sparkly rouge or something. I don't know. Okay, this really is warm. Now I know exactly why people's brains are fried when they wear it.
Okay, I thought it was just me. I
No,
was
it
like,
feels
this
like
feels hot.
You guys, it's a heat
my
trap
head feels like
thing.
an egg.
That's what aluminum foil does, you guys.
I literally had to turn the AC unit on. All right, so lastly, we have social rationality and communication. Wow, there has never been a more accurate situation in that photo. This focuses
Real quick,
on how to
if you zoom in
Yeah.
on that picture, all of the
Yes.
people look exactly like Ziz. So
They
like
sure as hell do.
She's talking to herself in
Oh
this
my
meeting
gosh.
because she would. She would. It's the only
That's
person
why
she
it is
trusts.
very accurate.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. So this focuses on how to think and communicate effectively in groups. I love this as a communication professor. It's about making sure everyone is on the same page, avoiding groupthink, where everyone just agrees without questioning, and asking tough but important questions to ensure better decision making. For example, you're in a team meeting discussing a project, and the group is getting stuck because everyone's too afraid to bring up concerns. This is exactly what happened with the Challenger explosion, by the way. This is exactly what happened. This is why the Challenger exploded. People
Fascinating, and you need to tell me about that later, for sure.
Yeah.
I shall.
What? Okay.
Yes. Groupthink was a big deal out of that. So everyone's too afraid to bring up concerns. So social rationality, it encourages you to speak up and ask difficult questions, like, what if this plan doesn't work? Or is there another approach that we haven't considered? Or is this not a prime time to launch a rocket? This helps the group think critically and collaborate better. It's about ensuring open, honest communication and avoiding the trap where everyone just agrees without truly analyzing the situation. This is not social rationality and communication. This is group communication theory and good leadership. That's all it is. There is nothing special about this. I have a bunch of books over here that don't cost $1,000 if you want to know about it.
Shh, we're going to start a thing. Be quiet. Don't give away our
They can have the
secrets.
book.
I mean,
well,
I'll say
sorry.
why all of the things they cover in this workshop seem relatively harmless. But with what seems like a large percentage of this group's members being on the neurodivergent side of things, it really gives me great pause. And I wonder if this was more harmful than helpful for a lot of these people. Like,
yes.
I mean, to us, to you guys, like, I know we just laughed. All these things are very easy for
But they're not for everybody.
neurodivergent, right?
They're
But
not.
like, I feel like they're using this to take advantage of those people. Oh, it's starting to rain heavy there. Okay. All right.
Now, Guys,
Just,
get ready.
you know what they say? Chill the fuck out, I guess. I don't know.
Oh no, get ready. It's
I'm
better.
just kidding. I would never say that to somebody, by the way. I would never. That invalidates how they feel, and I don't like that. So just let me be clear.
I'm going to pour
before everybody thinks
wine for those listening on the pod. I'm pouring a glass of wine, not peeing like I warned you earlier.
I don't know. She just pulled up to the side of a tree and is eating a leaf.
Now,
So-
guys, get ready because CFAR workshops often involve deep emotional exploration, vulnerability exercises, and high trust interactions. Okay. Some
Yep.
former participants have described this as empowering and life-changing, but others are smart and have raised red flags.
Yeah, you're fucking everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, guys, emotional pressure. Some participants have reported feeling socially or psychologically pressured into confronting personal issues, changing their life goals, or adopting EA rationalist ideologies without adequate critical distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, by red flag, we mean that big, bright red fucking tablecloth right over there in that
Yeah.
picture. That kind of a fucking red flag. Like, even the woman in the back's wearing a red flag. I mean, it's a red flag. It's a big old red flag.
I'm sorry, that is not a safe space, people. Do not do it. Run the other direction, okay? Run the other
Well,
direction.
don't run too far because you're gonna go over, and I think that's a far fall. And I think it's a far fall for a reason. They don't want you
Yeah.
leaving. So.
They don't want you
CFAR for a reason.
Yeah.
See,
Now-
yeah, not senior,
Senior
CFAR.
CFAR.
Over,
Now-
Thomas.
Power dynamics. As in many immersive retreats, instructors and organizers hold implicit authority. Guys, there have been claims that facilitators encouraged belief changes or career shifts in ways that weren't always transparent or reciprocal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a safe
This is
space.
sounding a lot like certain retreats of different types that I've been to. All right,
Does
continue
Teal
on.
Swan ring a bell to anybody? So they also, more
Black
red
Swan?
flags, blurred boundaries. All right. So some of these exercises allegedly involved intense vulnerability, right? Sharing in group settings, leading to blurred emotional lines and possible peer pressure to go along with the group's culture of thinking. You know, that thing that they just talked about, not to do that group thing.
Mhm.
Turns out
Yeah.
it's actually happening a lot.
Yeah.
The CFAR staff has openly acknowledged that the workshop serves as a talent filter and incubator for high impact careers that I had mentioned earlier, but I think it makes more sense to repeat that right now. And some participants have expressed concerns that the workshops encourage life altering decisions like changing their career paths or living arrangements with strong social reinforcement from organizers and peers. So like, you come here, you want to live here, you're going to work here. They have
It
everything
sounds
all
a
set
lot
up
like
for you.
Scientology.
I mean, they're not a religion, but okay. Anyway.
All right. So there's also unconventional beliefs, the strong acceptance of ideas that, like many worlds interpretations, simulation hypotheses, cryonics, polyamory. See, polyamory is where all these cults get in trouble, but and existential risk prioritization can create a sense of ideological insularity. Then there's also distinct language and jargon, terms like epistemic status, updatelessness, belief reporting, and instrumental convergence. This is giving me a lot of indigestion.
What's up
can
datelessness?
Who
Oh,
fucking
God.
knows?
I'd have to
They
go
make
back
up
to
so
my
many freaking words. Who knows?
It's like when you update something, lessness.
Mhm.
And these can all create, that's not right, but whatever. It feels like it makes as much sense. Can create high entry barriers and in-group signaling.
Yeah.
Social
like, so-
isolation from a
Oh, I was just going to say, you know, in groups like this, you see this very often. They'll create their own vocabulary, own language, because only the people that understand it, right? They're better than everyone else because they understand it. And like you guys researching all this shit, okay? All of it, it's very hard to understand. Like they make this language specifically. Whew,
Yeah,
sorry. I don't know if you guys heard that thunder, but wow.
You heard the thunder. I saw the lightning coming through the window.
I think
Oh,
it
did
came
you?
through the window.
I didn't even see the lightning.
Yeah.
I just heard the thunder.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
wow.
intense.
Okay.
Even a
Okay,
miss
you
didn't
guys.
miss it.
If I disappear, I'm okay,
so-
I promise.
Do not have a
Okay.
foil hat on.
Got her helmet on. She'll be
I
fine.
got a helmet, which is supposed,
Um,
by the way, when you are having severe weather or possible tornadoes,
You're
it is
supposed
important to
to
put
it
a
on.
helmet on. Exactly.
It is.
So
I thought
Girl.
you were about to say when you're having sex. That was going to be really funny in my head. All right.
This is not a
I mean,
members only.
sometimes, I hope my mom's not watching right now, but that's fine.
Some people have fun. Some people don't. So like the language thing, right, is one way to separate and isolate somebody. You know, it's that whole like they go home, they talk to their parents. The parents like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then you're like, you don't understand me. And then you get social isolation and a broader culture. So the rationalist EA scene, which is ethical altruism is EA, but the rationalist EA scene has been described by some critics as a self-reinforcing bubble, you don't say, which can be difficult to critically engage from the inside. Very, very difficult.
Mhm.
Oh, is this the hold on. Is this the llama rant?
Yes.
Yeah.
Llama's about to go on a
Yes!
rant. I'm going to channel
Straight-
my inner Terry because Terry is notorious for
stretch
her
first.
rants, which I love. That is not an insult. I
Stretch.
freaking love you and your rants.
Oh,
stretch.
All right.
thank you. Give me a rant, girl. I'm going to rate
Stretches
you.
before the lightning is like, you're done.
Watch
Okay.
the power's going to go out right in the middle of a rant.
Don't manifest that in the universe, Terry. Gosh.
Jeez, use some social rationalization.
I did not use my Murphy Jiu-Jitsu or
say,
pre
Weren't using
whatever
your
the fuck they call it.
jujitsu.
All right.
Well,
So
this
you guys, honestly, this whole organization gives me very bad vibes. Okay. The whole we're going to save the world mission, which already makes people feel special. Okay.
Mhm.
Then you have to be screened to get into these workshops. So if you made it, that makes you extra special, right? And we're dealing with a lot of members who are extremely gifted, extremely intelligent, which already puts them in a very small group of intellectually superior people. All right. So they are now 3 times special. Okay. That is never good when you're going into a group and you're told you're
once,
special.
twice, 3 times the CFAR.
Not good. Run away. Then you pay $3,900 to learn how to think correctly, I guess. I mean, if you're really dropping that kind of money, it seems like you're probably going to stick around with whatever they tell you, right? And you're going to find yourself in a sunk cost fallacy, right? You just spent $4,000. You're not going to say, "Oh, this doesn't make sense to me." You just spent any person is going to think that. It happens
Exactly.
all of the time, right? And we know that many people were living in squalor in these weird rationalist groups that Gwen had. Oh, look at that lightning. Oh my goodness.
Wow,
And
I
the
heard that
thunder
one.
rolls.
Did you hear that? Oh my
We
goodness,
did.
you guys.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
Ohio thunder right there.
That
Oh,
might
man.
be Ziz. That might be Ziz.
I told you, my mic literally picks up everything.
That's Ziz.
But okay, so we know a lot of people are living in squalor in these rationalist group homes that they talk people into living in, right? And many of those people, aside from the Zizians aside, okay, we're having mental fucking breakdowns, drug problems, criminal behavior, and self-harm, who are all involved with this group. Okay. Once numbers start adding up, you really have to take an internal look of what you're doing here. And honestly, I think more harm than good has come out of this organization. That's my personal opinion. But
I
whatever.
agree with you.
You know,
I
and
concur.
this is not saying, however, that I agree with any of the upcoming upcoming claims that Ziz and company are going to put out there, you guys. Okay, because they go to battle with CFAR here, as we're about to get into. But, you know, like with the exception of MIRI CFAR paying out blackmail one time, that we'll get into that. But, you know, I feel like, you know, when Anna Solomon says, "Oh, we didn't know that this was going to turn out into a cult. How did that happen?" Like, are you guys serious?
Yeah.
They got really
I was
lucky.
gonna say, is it hailing?
I think
I
it's
see
hailing.
hail.
Yeah, I think that's hail. I can't see because it's
So-
too dark. But yeah, that's hail.
This is gonna sound terrible, but they got really lucky with the Zizian thing, because what that did was take the spotlight off of CFAR, and now we're focused on Zizian, which I get. It makes sense, yes, but whoa, like they really pulled that shit out of their hat. They got lucky.
Is Beacon playing the rain and the hail?
Oh God, please don't let him get hit in the face. I don't need him hit in the head. Here, does he
Okay,
want?
he's
Does he
back.
want my? No, wait. He doesn't want this, does he? That
No,
would
I'm
be
sorry.
bad.
My son just came out, and I was like, "I'm live. Don't get on camera." Like, 'cause I don't want my son on camera. And he was
Right.
like, "What's with the bike helmet, Mom?"
Tell him to look at
And I was
JT
like, "Don't worry
wearing
about
foil."
it, okay?
Tell him if he was watching, he would know. Damn it.
Although
He's a
he did
child.
confirm that it's hailing outside right now, so that's super fun. Yeah, no, I'm
Thanks,
sorry,
Dee.
but to me, CFAR, sorry, you should not be at all fucking surprised what
Yeah.
happened.
Nope.
And I don't know. I have a lot of questions for them.
It's
I
okay,
mean,
because now you have to
I
get
don't.
ready, because we know more about the MIRI and the CFAR groups. Now we are going to get into the drama.
yes,
Drama.
I love drama. Mama drama.
I mean, a little drama never hurt anyone, right? Now, guys, remember in episode 2, we introduced Anna Solomon, okay?
Mhm.
And she was the one who Ziz claimed helped Ziz leave her abusive thesis advisor and suggested to Ziz that she could be strategically important to saving the world from AI. I think, JT, are you frozen?
Oh my gosh, did we lose JT?
I think
think
we've lost
I
JT
think
because
we
he's
did.
frozen. Look at that face. We need to get a screenshot. Somebody please get a screenshot.
One of our people are doing it.
Oh, I hope somebody got that.
Doing it right now. Oh my goodness, you guys! I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
did
was
not to
wondering
be
what happened to our visuals because
I
we should have been having visuals.
I apologize for all my reactions to the weather right now. I mean, they said we were going to have severe storms now till
Remember,
like
that's how it was for
midnight.
me last Thursday
I was just going to
on
say,
our regular show.
yeah, like somebody does not want us like
No, they just
talking
want
about
it.
this.
I mean,
It's all right. I'll pull them up just again.
maybe
Give a second.
it's somebody upstairs sending us signals.
Oh gosh. Oh, I hope not. Oh my
So,
goodness.
Now, guys, by early 2018, Anna began to get very concerned with Ziz's weird behavior in interactions with other CFAR members. I mean, Anna actually tried to convince the Joint Admissions Committee between MIRA and CFAR to not allow Ziz into their 2018 month-long summer fellowship program. However, she was overruled.
Which is crazy
Which,
to me.
yeah. But Anna is quoted as saying, "I was viscerally afraid of Lesotho in a way I've never been viscerally afraid of anybody." And guys, when somebody uses the word viscerally, I mean, that's deep.
Yeah. I mean, we've heard numerous people talk like outside, right? That have no connection to Anna Solomon in any way, shape, or form that have been like, she's creepy as
Yeah.
shit. Like, these people are creepy. They give me really not great vibes. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening, but yeah, they definitely
Now-
do that.
Anna was concerned with some of the ideas that Ziz talked about during the workshops and with her in private. Girl, reread those blogs and props to her for having to sit down face to face and listen to her.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my
I mean, but
goodness.
what concerned her was Ziz's theories on unihemispheric sleep. Girls, I'm still confused with that, okay? Which in the last episode we learned Gwen kind of created. Guys, I've tried this week to let half of my brain sleep and the other half function.
Oh,
And let me tell you, it didn't work.
are you not a dolphin, Terry?
I apparently am not a dolphin. I
Oh my
love dolphins,
goodness.
but I'm not one.
Oh my goodness.
Now, if you don't remember, they believe that humans can split their consciousness between two sides of the brain, allowing one side to sleep while the other is awake. Now, I can tell you the only time I've ever done that is when I took Ambien. I thought I was sleeping, but I was really up putting my jewelry in the cat's litter box for my husband to find when he did the litter.
Ambien is no joke, y'all.
But it does
No
this. You
joke.
sleep on it, but you're really awake.
Mhm.
Now, if that's not outlandish enough, Ziz also believes these two sides of the brain are male and female and need to kill each other, and that they may be good, evil, or both. I mean,
goodness. Oh, JT's back. Welcome back, JT. He's back. I got the slideshow. Don't worry about it. I already got it all worked
I
out.
blew a breaker.
You blew a breaker. Oh my goodness. You're not even getting the bad
Yeah,
weather till
I blame
tomorrow.
Ziz.
I blame Ziz
I
too.
know, I
It's the
blame Ziz.
tinfoil hats.
it's because you turned the AC on.
That's exactly what it was too.
You turned the AC
Which
on.
you'd think my breaker could handle that a little better, but here we are. So
Okay,
Yeah.
Lady and Gray says her ex used Ambien and he would sleep eat. I would sleep eat, and then I tried Lunesta. Let's just say I was watering the front yard at 2 a.m. in my birthday suit.
Oh my goodness.
And we have cameras, so it was all caught on camera. Monkey
wow.
Butt loves to tell people that story.
Oh my goodness. She did not. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Crazy.
do you want me to bring back the visuals on my end, or
No,
are
I
you
got it.
going,
Yep,
or what do
I
you
got
He's
it.
got it.
We'll
Yeah.
work it out. We'll see.
You just pick up
All
where
right.
you're at.
We're living on the edge tonight, you guys. We're just going with
Where
the
are we at?
flow. Right here.
Where are we? Where?
Find me.
Yes, Lady in Gray, Monkey Butt
9,
tells
10.
Right.
everyone. And if
I got it.
anyone wants a really funny story about me, if you go to the actual pod, I don't think we have it on YouTube. I'll maybe put it there. We did a kids wine time
Yes.
and she got to tell things, and she was so nice, and she thought it was great to share with everyone how the waves took my top down while we were on spring break. And
Oh,
she
kids
did
are the
that
best.
on the pod.
Kids are the best.
Yeah, there's something.
Well, if she didn't, just another glass, and you would have. So it's fine.
I'm
What's the
sure my
difference?
son would have stories about me. I am sure.
Oh, we'll have to get some
It's
of
not
that from
happening.
him.
It's not happening.
So we just
He's
got
grounded.
we got done talking about good, evil, and both.
Yes, we did. We covered the two hemispheres of the brain and the battle of good and evil.
So we all understand that it basically boils down to nap roulette with your brain hemispheres. Kind of the same thing. Ziz believed your left brain might be plotting a moral coup while the right one's just trying to finish a crossword. We're going to talk more about this right now. So Anna was very concerned with Ziz's relationship with Gwen. And after the last two episodes, I think we all are as well. You see, the two of them had agreed that Ziz was, quote, double good. Because of course she is. Of course she is. Of course. Because and Gwen, by the way, Gwen was single good, which
'Cause
meant
of
that
course.
Gwen could not be fully.
Of course.
Yeah, because of course. A horse is a horse, of course. Gwen could not be fully trusted, and quote had to be watched carefully. In Ziz's dumpster fire of a blog, And I say dumpster fire lovingly in the way that you describe a possum screaming in a tuxedo.
You are
She
so much
claims
kinder
that
than I am.
Thanks. That's because I'm double good, damn it.
Yes.
Being single good is like having a parasitic monster in your head that must be destroyed at all costs. Which is rich coming from someone whose entire worldview reads like a choose-your-own-adventure book written by a sentient migraine. I will give you one guess whose brain that is. One.
Oh, just it's a brain where I love it so much.
It's a pretty
Whose
big
brain
brain,
is it,
though, so
JP?
maybe not.
Is it Gwen's brain?
Nope. Yeah,
Oh.
sure. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, I think I know.
Yeah,
A
don't say it.
I won't say it, but a certain
Good.
head of a department.
It would explain a lot. Especially if it's Ziz. Anna actually had this to say about the two minds theory in recent interview. She said, quote, suppose that you're young and naive and someone convinces you that you're really two people and one is good and one is sinister. Also, oh, hey, look. Good.
Who is that?
That's Anakin freaking Skywalker, Terry.
Power.
You know what? You're about to pay me $4,000 to come to my 4.5-day nerd camp. Okay.
I know who Darth Vader is on the side. I just don't know who that other person is.
It's Anakin and then Obi-Wan.
Okay.
And Anakin is Darth Vader. Okay. Spoilers. I know what we're doing in Austin for the one night that I'm there. Not that. That's for sure. Listen. Also, okay. Let me start this again. Suppose that you're young and naive, and someone convinces you that you're really two people, and one is good and one is sinister. Also, that the world depends on you doing good stuff. That's a pretty powerful setup for manipulation. To which Ziz said, duh, Karen, that's the point.
Okay, guys, these people give me a headache and y'all are hurting my feelings. But I have to say, I know I saw a Star Wars-y Star Trek thing. That is not what that guy looked like. He was different. Is there like an original back for the old people and then a new one for you youngsters?
Well, the old
one's not the same guy.
Darth Vader, minus the one part where did you guys hear Elbow Feet screaming in the other room? What?
That guy is not the same guy I remember.
Oh no! You have summoned the angry Elbow Feet in his face. Jesus, Harry. OMG. Free lava pit, Harry.
It's
okay,
fine,
I'm gonna have to Google because that is not who I remember in the show I saw because they had the little Ewok-y things in it.
Listen, I was feeling really bad about my Wikipedia summary comment earlier. Don't make it true. Do not go watch the video.
I thought Luke Skywalker was Harrison Ford.
Oh, for fuck's sake,
Jesus
Terry.
Christ.
Terry, what are you even saying right now?
Am I wrong?
He's Han Solo.
Honey, I need help.
You know,
I love you, Terry.
Hey, you know that time? You know those times where you tell Double H, just stop while you're behind? You know that time, those times that you tell him that? This is one of those moments. I am rolling a D20 on shame, and I crit hit.
Movie people. I'm researching because there apparently has been a change or something. Because
this is
the guy it was. What is this guy's name? I don't know how to share my screen.
That's Hayden Christensen
right
as
now.
Darth Vader.
We're not doing this.
Because you only
I know
saw
what we're doing when we
you only
hit
saw
Columbus.
Darth Vader like without his mask. He's like an old man with like burns all over his face and like no fucking hair and shit. Okay.
A long time ago in a galaxy far fucking away. That's when that happened.
So he was actually hot when he was younger.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Episode 3 is my favorite, to be quite honest. I think it's the best Star Wars movie.
I am going to say right now,
8 comments for sure.
I will commit
you are.
to watching these movies and understand. How many is there? 3?
Oh, jeez. No, there's so many.
There's
but Terry,
there's 9.
listen.
Okay, never mind. I'm out.
Listen, Terry.
I tap out.
This is going to give us a whole bunch of fucking hate comments for me about to say this, but you know what? We are
Now I
watching
know
Harry
why you
fucking
wanted to
Potter
turn the script
before
into
Star
something
Wars.
shorter.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I am open to being educated.
Somebody
May the
clip
force be
this,
with you.
please. Somebody clip this.
I'm going to drink more and shut up.
Our meeting tomorrow night that we always have on Mondays is just going to be us talking about Star Wars. We're like, forget about it. We have nothing
gonna
else
blame it
important
on
to
the-
talk about.
We're blaming it on the 20% alcohol content wine, which
Oh,
is not
Oh my
that.
God, I broke elbow
You
feet.
broke elbow feet.
Oh,
my
honey.
Hey, he needs to be in perfect condition this week. You can't break him.
That's true.
Okay, what do I need to watch so that I can redeem myself? What's the one show I can watch quickly?
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
We'll get you
Just
that.
one
Talk
movie.
about it
haven't,
tomorrow.
you haven't watched Star Wars. You haven't watched Game of Thrones. You
Okay,
haven't watched
where
Harry
can I-
Potter.
okay.
What are you doing with your life, Terry?
Where can I get the Cliff Notes?
I got you. I got you.
Just send me
girl.
the Cliff Notes and I will read those.
Okay.
We're good.
Now back to the quote that JT just said about Anna Salomon about how, you know, all this, you know, manipulation going on here. I mean, she's not wrong, but also like, really, Anna, really? Okay. It seems if you have people signing up for these things that they're probably susceptible to manipulation too, but you know, what are you going to do?
All right. So at this 2018 CFAR fellowship program, instead of attending sessions on math and computers, Ziz would pull people aside to pitch ideas and engage in intense conversations,
Of
and
course she
begin
did.
frequently insisting that MIRI should use the quote hemisphere theory as a rubric for whom to hire. They
Yes.
might as well use a BuzzFeed quiz.
Can you imagine being like, yeah, all right. Like, what? I mean, I guess maybe it would
Yes.
fit into their weird thing. I don't know. Fucking
Wait,
weird.
wait for it. Wait for it. You need listen. No. Come in closer. Closer. We need to use this. We need to use this. Unlimited power. These are not the droids you are looking for.
Terry is like, you
Okay,
guys are
that's
fucking nerds. Cut it out.
We are. You knew that.
Bizarre.
We are so
Y'all
nerds.
are just bizarre.
Oh, we're so nerds, but we're not as bizarre as these people.
Well,
I'm a nerd too, but I'm not that kind of nerd. I still play Pokemon. Do you?
No.
Okay, see, I'm still a nerd.
Elbow feet
Which should
says
tell you
they
a
are
lot.
vegan too, right? Yes, elbow feet. They
Yes.
are. They're not just vegan. Okay, they are
Oh, they are
extreme
extra.
vegan. Because I feel like
Super
just
vegan.
calling
They
it
eat.
is not fair.
They
to
eat lettuce while they poop by trees.
Yeah.
Ugh, they're insufferable. But yes. Okay. So Anna said she was unwilling to recommend to MIRI that they use this psychological theory and would not advocate for hiring Ziz. As Anna and other CFAR staff became more concerned with Ziz's behavior, including what she said was a fixation on discussing apocalyptic events. Anna stopped inviting Ziz to CFAR events. Can't blame her, to be quite freaking honest. We read her blog, you guys. We read her blog the last 2 episodes. If you haven't listened to it yet, please go do that. So Anna stopped inviting Ziz to CFAR events, which Ziz, of course, handles gracefully.
Of course.
Just kidding. She
Rejection.
certainly does no such thing. She does
Now,
no
wait
such
a minute. Wait a minute. You're kidding because she is good. So
Oh.
if she's good, I would assume she was very graceful and told them, you know what? Thank you for allowing me to spend some time here. And guys, I wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Let me put this into a pop culture reference. The whole "are you a good witch or a bad witch?" She's a fucking crazy witch. That's what she is. So
She's crazy. So instead, Ziz revolted, of course she did, after realizing she could not consolidate power and influence. within MIRI, and she began using her theory of hemispheres to entice and manipulate a number of smart, mostly neurodivergent trans women who were extremely vulnerable and isolated. Of course she does.
That's
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, JT.
As one does.
I'm
No,
sorry.
as one does. Listen, it's just like, let me say, something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with sipping decaf. It's time to ride the train to fame.
Oh, nuts.
Too late.
I bet
Looks
Terry
like
hasn't
it's
seen
gone
Wicked
too
yet.
long. It's gone too long. It's time to try defying Zizity. I think I'll cry, cause look, it's bizarrity.
Oof.
Zizian's rise. Okay, that's enough. Okay,
Yeah.
continue on.
I'm like, could you stop, please?
Ziz does not deserve Wicked
Eight.
parody.
No, I think they
Hey,
you are being very disgraceful to Wicked, and I'm trying really hard to not fire you right now.
I've already been fired. I fired myself.
Now, in court records, Ziz explained her version of the riffs, you guys. She said she found corruption among the rationalists, particularly in how the community responded to veganism, as well as paying out blackmail money over accusations of statutory rape. By the way, you guys, they did do that. They did admit to that. But it was also years before Ziz ever came into the picture. So she's like bringing up old shit. Ziz also leveled other more serious allegations against CFAR, but provided no evidence. She also tried to warn donors away without success before coming up with a more drastic plan. You guys.
So,
Oh boy. What do y'all think Ziz came up with, you guys? It's not good.
because whatever you think, it's not that.
It's not that. I realized
with-
I was dropping too many F-bombs in chat. We all are.
I don't know.
I mean, that's
They're
why
all
he's my
directing
partner,
at me. It's okay.
right?
I'm good. I can take it.
No. With all of their erratic behavior and accusations towards MIRI, CFAR staff, and others, Ziz and Gwen were asked not to attend the 2019 MIRI CFAR alumni weekend retreat in Sonoma County, California.
What?
Great. The duo was very unhappy with the news because, you see, the CFAR alumni reunion is one of the largest annual gatherings of the rationalist community.
Mm-hmm.
Attendees are invited to give talks on any subject for a few days. You know, Gwen, according to her own blog, said that she had spent several weeks preparing a series of talks and discussion groups that she thought would have the best chance of communicating base information, how to perceive deep aspects of their own and others' psychologies and ethics, and how to escape traps like the Bay Area housing market.
I mean,
Buy a boat.
I lived in the Bay Area. I don't know what that trap is because I guess we didn't find those traps. But wait a minute.
What I wouldn't give, all right, I mean, they didn't speak this year, but I think they spoke previous years. What I would not give for video evidence of them speaking at one of these events. Oh my God. If anybody has it, please send it to me because
It has to exist somewhere.
If
They
you
have to.
do,
All right,
we might even be willing to blur out people's faces and show it and pay you for it.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I need to see this.
I think I'll just show it how it is and was as God intended. So they decided that they were not going to be silenced, as you can imagine, and decide, you know what's worrisome now? Because at this point, that sentence, the part of the sentence that I just read, makes perfect sense. That's how much I feel like I now understand Ziz. And that is very frightening, Tara.
Scary.
I don't like
Okay.
it. I don't like
Sorry.
That is scary.
I'm
JT,
sorry.
I'm scared.
Okay. So they were not
Put it
going to
on
be
the other
silenced.
head,
They
too.
decided to protest the alumni event. Ziz would later tell a judge she hatched the idea to damage fundraising for CFAR, saying, quote, I would end this dangerous organization by financially starving it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Ziz that's building the nest in my AC unit.
Maybe.
She's hatching. She's hatching.
Gosh.
So they managed to recruit a whole 2 people to protest alongside them. I hope I delivered that appropriately. I don't know. But it was Emma Borhanian and Somni, a.k.a. Alexander Latham. Now, they had also planned, good God, planned to speak.
Gather
Okay.
yourself, compose.
No, look at those
That's why
curls.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, she
I
has great
want
curls.
those curls.
She has
Those
great
curls
they're
are amazing.
fantastic.
Agreed.
Sorry.
Agreed.
Then there's the Unabomber. So they wanted to protest alongside Gwen. Had she been allowed to attend the tree? Anyways, how embarrassing for them. A whole 4 people. But before we get into the protest, we want to give a quick background for these 2, as they are both very important to the overall story.
Well, I am offended that you laughed at them because they could only find 2 people to join them. I mean, it could have been just the 2 of them. They could have had nobody show up.
Well, I mean, thinking about it now, it was 8 people because they each have 2 hemispheres. So it's a little more impressive.
Right. See?
It's a little more impressive now.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Let's go into these 2 people real quick. We're just going to make a little sidebar. Okay. So first I want to talk about Emma Borhanian. So Emma Borhanian was born Amir Dayan. I don't know. We've argued all day how to say how to pronounce this. But yeah, that's what I said. Dayan. Borhanian. She was raised in the Research Triangle of North Carolina. Oh, look at that, guys. A tie to North Carolina, like we had in the very first episode.
This is Chapel Hill. Remember, that is Chappelle Hill.
Yes, Chappelle Hill for Terry over here.
It is Chappelle because I've been there, like Tajay.
Yeah. Okay. So to continue a trend in this group, she exhibited brilliant intelligence as a child. You guys, oh my gosh. She started computer programming in 6th grade. She was diagnosed with Asperger's early in life. Well, we don't call it that now. We call it the autism spectrum. But with her age, it was Asperger's at the time. But she is on the spectrum, right? As a teenager, Borhanian would scour Google's code and identify mistakes for which the company would send her money.
And at a certain point, it starts to get less impressive and quickly becomes the world's nerdiest form of bounty hunting. Like Boba Fett of Silicon Valley, this is the way. So,
did you see my cup for tonight? My wine glass?
Nope, but I did now.
Oh my God.
See?
It's Boba Fett.
I write these things for you.
But guys, I think it's kind of cool that she did that, because I once had an HR software company. They paid me to break the software before they released it. So I got in there and found the bugs. So I think that gives me back my nerd credibility, right?
All right, fair.
Software nerd. Software
Fair-ish.
nerd. Yeah.
I think it's
Terry,
very cool.
Are you a Zizian?
I might be, because they might think I'm more special than you guys do.
She is not eating algae, JT. Get out of here.
Please
She's
look.
not eating algae and yeast. Come on. No, I think
don't
it's
know.
very cool.
We had that conversation on Friday. I'm not sure anymore.
I've tried algae once.
What?
I've tried algae once in San Francisco.
She said, wait. Sarah said,
that means,
what?
Terry.
They sell them in these little nugget things down in Chinatown, and you go to that area and you can try it. It's very salty. It's very, they like freeze dry it kind of and make it It almost looks like something I would feed
I-
Jasper.
I used to
Okay.
eat seaweed out of the ocean over a fire. Yeah.
The more you know. I live in Ohio. We
Not
have
a-
very bland taste. It's known to
I mean,
everybody.
and like Lady and Grace said, I did eat tongue.
That's true. You did.
No, Tara. Cincinnati has chili.
We do. We have chili spaghetti. Thank you guys all very much. You're welcome for our
welcome.
great gifts.
Chili spaghetti.
Yes. I just learned that other
Yes,
people
this
don't
is
eat
what we
this
have
yet.
received.
Well,
Okay.
get it. When you guys are in Ohio, come July. By the way, if you guys didn't know, there are live shows coming on. They're going to be in Ohio in July. But when you're here, guess what we're
Listen.
doing?
We've gotten out of Ohio. We get chili spaghetti and Jim Jordan. We got to take what we can get, my friend. We got to take
There
what we
are
can
a
get.
lot.
Tara.
You got 8 fucking astronauts, bro. We walked on the moon.
Oh, that's right.
That's because they wanted to get away from Ohio.
Hey,
Is it or because
elbow
we're
feet
fucking
just
awesome?
nailed it. They brought the world Wendy's. I love me a good Frosty. So you know what?
You're welcome.
I can do that. And they
Right.
brought us Tara.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I am perfectly sold
Technically
on them.
brought you me too. So even.
Yeah.
It was good. Now it's bad. Even.
Oh, they brought
We
us
knew-
you too.
Well, now.
It's true.
See, it's all good.
All good things.
Yep. See,
come
that's
our
why I
way.
feel like I can make fun of Ohio. That's all.
All right. Anyway, back to the story, you guys, as we digress. Anyway, so Emma graduated from high school in 2009 and attended University of North Carolina, Greensboro. Transitioning to female. Hold on. Sorry. I'm supposed to work things at the same time and I'm not doing a good job. Anyway,
sorry.
she was transitioning to female at the age of 21. In 2015, Borhanian secured a job as an engineer at Google in Mountain View, California. She later became disillusioned with Google, telling her family that the company was corrupt. She grew concerned about the threat of AI and started spending time with the MIRI community in Berkeley, to which she donated $12,000. $12,000.
Boy,
As
my
one
God, you
does.
keep telling me.
Captain says one more click.
Oh, I don't know what I did. Sorry, Captain.
I
I don't know. I'm
Like-
just sending Emma all over the states here. I'm
Pretty much
doing my
One more
best.
how
click.
I feel.
There isn't one more click.
Can-
though.
We got the
There
little
is.
Google
It's-
guy.
I know we're not there.
The Google God.
Oh, the
Okay.
Google
We are.
God.
You said that. Yeah, you're good.
I'm
It's
fired.
fine. Everything's
I'm
fine.
fired.
You've
Look at
still
that.
done better than I have ever done. Can I just want to say how concerning or freaky it is to know that the two of us, me and Burhanian, were on campus of UNCG at the same time.
No way.
Yes, I was there from 11 to 13, definitely there at the same time.
Wow.
To think, with the class that I taught, which all freshmen took, there was a huge chance that she could have ended up in it. She wasn't, but it's a wild thought all around, and I'm not very comfortable with how many or how few degrees of separation there now are between us.
That is wild.
I'm going to just say that is creepy as shit.
I
mean-
don't- yep, and it's possible that I ran into her for all I know.
Oh my
who
God,
knows?
Tara,
So
he might be a closet Ziz.
I think so. Gotta
maybe
keep an
I
eye on
started it.
him. Maybe.
Maybe
Maybe.
I am Ziz.
Now, we're going to get into Somni. Okay. Was born Alexander Jeffrey Latham and grew up in Cardiff by the Sea, California, which is a beach community between LA and San Diego. Guys, it's also a little wealthy, just to let you guys know. So she grew up with 2 sisters, one of whom wrote this about gender within their family. Oh boy. In my early years, I was a girly girl. Alex was a crafty Boy Scout boy, and Lauren was the Now Alex wears dresses more often than I do. Her hair's longer than mine. Her legs are shaved smooth, and mine remained hairy up until I have a date.
I get you,
It
girl.
begs the question. How much does acting feminine have to do with being female?
I mean, I get it. I don't even want to show you. I'm wearing a dress. I'm not even going to show you guys my legs right now. But
So, somebody studied mathematics at UCLA and UC Berkeley, eventually identifying as a female and falling in with the rationalist crowd in the Bay Area.
oh, Somni, how I wish you made better choices.
Yeah.
You seem
like,
very
just
cool.
don't.
And
Very cool.
I made her a Southern girl.
You did, even though she's from California. But yes, good job.
Southern California.
So
not
you're
even
right.
that.
Southern California.
It was Southern California, guys. It was SoCal. I know my
stand
cows.
corrected.
She knows her cows. Okay. So now that we know more about the two of them, let's get back to the protest. On November 15th, 2019, the day of the retreat, at 3:36 in the morning, Ziz sent out a mass email to all CFAR and MIRI members, and yes, all but 2 of the links within the email led to her own blog.
Of course she did. Oh, man.
Of course.
And
you guys.
not even ready. No, I feel like this is appropriate.
Yes.
Okay. MIRI paid out to blackmail over statutory rape, theft of donor funds to receive donors or deceive donors. CFAR helped cover it up, implemented in part by their president and founder, pushing anti-rationality and anti-ethics and perpetrating religious abuse, and using anti-trans feminist memes as a tool for gaslighting. Remember, there's like 5 links in there, all to her blog.
Yeah.
This is enough institutional betrayal to make anyone flinch into betrayal blindness. But that, along with, quote, too big to fail, turns our only hope of survival into the fucking Catholic Church in the first place.
Like what?
That's funny.
Okay.
If you do not want to die, you need to learn how to escape containment. You need to learn TDT that isn't fake or bounded in applicability, even when everyone's lying to you about it, or the cycle will repeat. MIRI and CFAR started out as SIAI, an organization once functional enough to halt and pivot to AI alignment from accelerationism. They rotted. And this was furthered by choosing preserving the institution over the things that birthed it. The spark of magic in actually rationality, thinking better. Magic enough for, e.g., being able to talk out of an AI box. If you do not want to die with this plague consuming our world, then turn your hopes back to the hard-to-define things that generated these institutions that no longer deserve them. And with that email, she links a YouTube video of Dr. Jennifer J. Freed called Institutional and Interpersonal Betrayal.
Yes. So bring me into this.
He looks
100%
now, interested.
I am really concerned because the only magic that I'm aware of that comes out of Southern California is this magic. And that would be Mickey Mouse.
Oh boy, these people are fucking crazy.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. You know what? And I want you guys to remember this for the rest of the show. Okay. In this email, she says not once, but twice. If you do not want to die. Okay. It is very important that at this crazy
Put a pin in
fucking email she sends at 3 whatever in the morning. It says not once, but twice. If you do not want to die. It's very important. Very important. Anyway, so later that afternoon, around 3-ish, okay, CFAR members and children we're beginning to arrive at the Westminster Camp and Conference Center. Let me put a little picture here. I don't know how things work. Okay. Now, the CFR people are not the only group of people at this place that day. Okay. There's also a group of elementary school age children. Important. And this conference center is a remote 200 acre property.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's freaking huge place. Okay. It is also around this time that Ziz, Gwen, Emma, and Somni arrived to start their poorly thought out protest. Okay. So the group shows up in 3 vehicles. Okay, guys.
Okay.
3 vehicles.
4 and 3
is a small bus. The other, a box truck, which, as we know, is at this time probably one of their homes. Okay. And of course, a red Toyota Prius.
Wait. Do they drive the Prius under the box truck and go through a hole in the roof, through the hole in the floor to get into it? That's what I want to know.
Maybe. All right. So now, as you can see from the map at the very bottom here, I don't really know how to point. Oh, there we are. Oh, right there. Oh, look at me doing that.
Good job.
Yeah, look at me go, you guys. So right here, it says the entrance, right? There's a whole highway that's right here. Anyway, all you need to know is that there is only one way in and one way out of this place. Just one. Just this. Oh, where'd my little...
Oh,
crap.
that's not good for security.
So this right here is the only way in and out of this place.
It's great for security because it's only one way in, one way out. It's bad if the following happens.
So what did the businesses decide to do? Okay. They decide to use their vehicles to block the road. Okay, so no one could enter or leave.
How about Pete said a Trojan Prius?
Yeah, that one actually made it to like the inside desk or something. But anyway, so they block the road so no one can leave or enter. Okay. There's also, if you can see in this map here, let me do it again. Let me get fancy. This little blue dotted line. Okay, that's a creek. Okay.
Oh, there's a creek.
There's a creek there.
Creek.
Yes. A creek. There's a creek there. So even if anybody wanted to get out, they could not, right? Because there's water and then the road.
That's why it's bad security to be able to have one way in and one way out. You don't have an escape hatch.
For them, this is big mistake number 1.
Now,
okay,
guys, get ready, because then they proceed to get out of the vehicles, and all 4 of them are wearing black hooded robes, black gloves, black silicone shoe covers, and wearing Guy Fawkes anonymous mask. Oh, heavens to Betsy.
Yikes.
2 of them were carrying walkie-talkies. One was wearing a body camera, and one was carrying pepper spray.
It's the silicone shoe covers that get me. Like, what were you going to the bathroom in between your frames of bowling? What the hell were you doing? Like, why?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Crazy.
Now, they also came with flyers to pass out to really stick it to MIRI and CFAR. They say that MIRI has fallen and that MIRI paid out to blackmail using donor funds. Now, my personal favorite is MIRI is violating basic principles of friendliness.
Mine too. By friendliness, I think they're referring to AI friendliness, but like it's still hilarious. But so AI friendliness, in case you guys forgot, which means a desire to not harm humans, which I also find extremely ironic considering the number of humans that they themselves end up harming.
This is all really rich coming from a group dressed like the Sith just unionized and started a street team. Like, for real.
Agreed. Now, they also accuse Anna Salomon of discriminating against trans women in CFAR's employment and inclusion in sponsored workshop events. despite trans women being naturally inclined, gifted in mental tech development.
It's a bold statement
Just
there,
not
Ziz.
gifted
That is.
With
in the whole
zero
creating a
evidence.
very basic protest sector.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean-
It's so true. Zero evidence that you're better than anybody, but you want to go ahead and make yourself better than everybody. Sure, it is.
Uh-huh.
Of course. Of course.
Now,
And this made up mental tech bullshit, but okay.
Yeah. oh, get ready, because the group's second big mistake was not thinking the optics through. So they don't follow their own rules of you're supposed to think of everything that could go wrong
Murphy
and plan
Jiu-Jitsu.
for it. They didn't do it. Now, what would any rational person, especially in America, think of a group of 4 people who roll up, block the only way in and out, are covered in head to toe black, and wearing these masks are going to do? Okay? I'm going to tell you guys, you're going to think it is not a fucking peaceful protest. Okay? This is America. And unfortunately, we live in a time where mass killings are a regular thing. And that's exactly what these conference center people thought was happening. And they are, I mean, guys, there's kids there. Remember,
Mhm.
there was an elementary school there. What did they think these people were going to do?
Yeah. Oh my God. So stupid. It's so stupid.
You would have thought these were men. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh man. Look at that school bus. Oh Jesus. That really puts it into like perspective there, doesn't it? Also, that's a really nice effing school bus.
I'm
Anyway,
like, that is a nice school bus.
So at around 3:40 p.m., Sonoma County Sheriff's deputies responded to a report that some sort of religious group had descended upon the conference center, and that one, descended is really kind of giving them a lot of credit, and that one of the protesters was carrying a gun. Now, we know that they didn't have guns, but I can easily see how someone there assumed that they had one or did see one. The staff radioed one another and forced staff and guests to shelter in place. The children were reported to be visually distraught and upset, which, to be fair, I would be too as a grown-ass adult. And also, that's me right there.
That's you.
That's me, and that's me as David, for sure.
Yes.
But, I mean, Guy, I'm sorry. That is totally fair. They're carrying walkie-talkies and pepper spray. A walkie-talkie, you could assume, could be a gun. I mean, people see cell phones and think they're a gun, and this is still America. I would have assumed the same thing, and I would have got into fight, flight,
Yeah.
or flee.
Yeah. I would too.
Yeah, no,
I
for
mean,
sure.
jeez. I mean,
Well, and
GT,
being
you
the
do,
social
you do the
butterflies that
active
they are.
shooter. GT, you do the active
Yes.
shooter pod, right? Like, how
Yeah.
many times is it this exact freaking scenario?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How many
No,
times?
for sure. Well, this scenario, no, because those guys are actually probably better put
sorry.
together, which is honestly saying something. But that those social butterflies are walking around with their hands in their pockets, like da 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 da. And what are police to think if they've got their hands in their pockets? Who knows?
Okay,
So
but the one thing real quick that I find interesting, why did they think they were a religious group when they're wearing the anonymous mask and possibly carrying a gun? Because
It's a
I would
fair
have
point.
thought religious group.
That's a fair point. I don't understand it. I mean, we do know that they're
Well,
all Sith Lords.
have you met the Westboro Baptists
Well, okay, but they're not walking around an anonymous mask.
yet?
I don't know if maybe people like saw the flyers and just assumed like MIRI CFAR was a church or something.
Only a non-denominational Christian group could come with those designs.
Right. Oh, look, Amos.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's a party, you guys.
Appreciate that.
If you just got a membership, make sure you go watch the members only that happened Friday. It's a lot of
Or
laughs
not
after
say
we're
you
done.
did.
Or
Go do
don't.
it. You won't regret it. I promise. If so, you can send
Okay.
me an email.
I just
won't
have
be
to
sad.
say, it just said the names of who got them.
Yes.
I want to say B. Tim Swim Flippers. I love your screen name.
I
Aw,
love
Queen
that.
Olive, Ruth Ann, B. Tim Swim Flippers, Andrew C., Nan R., and Sharon Asp. They were all
Nice.
gifted memberships.
I
Congrats.
just saw Swim Flippers, and I like Swim Flippers' name.
Well, if you're listening to the podcast and you want to become a member, come check us out on YouTube when we're live, and you can do that.
For sure.
You may get a gift. Who knows? All right. So the police, thinking that this could be an active shooter situation, responded heavily.
Yeah.
They shut down the Bohemian Highway, which, by the way, I said this before the show. I really find it hysterical and ironic that they shut down the Bohemian Highway, considering they're living in box trucks. Lovey Bohem. And they came with a bunch of officers, SWAT team, helicopters, the whole thing. So the police found 3 of them together. I believe it was Ziz, Gwen, and Emma. And Somni was off by herself.
Mhm.
To no one's surprise, the group didn't cooperate.
Oh, shocking. No.
As a matter of fact, when Somni was ordered to the ground, she complied by doing the following. She kicked her legs forward and fell flat on her back.
Ouch.
And in the police report, the officer described the move as, quote, extremely dramatic. He invited me up to see his etchings. They refused to follow orders and began yelling when they were placed in handcuffs. They continued to be verbally and physically uncooperative and demanding same-gender pat downs.
Okay, guys, this is not a shock to anybody if you've been here before. I am all for dramatics, okay? But I'm going to tell you, I am all for the dramatics. I am here for it. But let me tell you, when a cop tells you to do something, you shut your mouth, you stop the dramatics, and you do what you're effing told.
Especially when you have a whole friggin' team. Like, there is a
When
ridiculous
SWAT's
amount.
there,
Yeah.
you're going to get your ass shot and killed, and it ain't going to be their fault. It's going to be yours for being stupid.
Like, yikes. I don't think now's the
They're-
right time, guys. Like, yeah.
They're just lucky this wasn't in Texas.
Oh, thank God they weren't in Texas, because they would be DOA.
Right. So, you guys, while they were being detained,
Jesus Christ.
other deputies and SWAT members spread out into the camp to find guests and workers and began evacuating them from the property, right? Because they don't know.
They're scared. What if they had put explosive bombs and hit those little pipey things around
They
the
have-
forest?
They have no idea. And remember, this is 200 acres. A 200-acre property, you guys. That's a fuck ton of acres, okay? So they began evacuating from the property. In total, approximately 50 people were evacuated from the property and driven to the Occidental Fire Department, which is the name of the town, by the way. Occidental. What a weird town name.
Is it Occidental?
Is it not Occidental?
It's Occidental.
Whatever. It's so weird either way how you say it. It's so weird. I don't know. If it was Occidental, why didn't they go with OX? Jeez, people. I'm just kidding.
Because it's
I'm just kidding.
California.
I'm just kidding about that. Anyway, so they evacuate these people out with a fucking school bus, okay? The SWAT team systematically searched the area for any weapons and bombs and found none. Thank goodness, right?
God.
The whole ordeal took 4 hours, okay? A simple freaking little protest that these people didn't think
With
through.
4 people.
With 4 people.
An hour
4
a
people,
person.
guys. 4
I
hours.
just mathed.
1 hour a person. Checks
I
out.
just
So-
did math.
Yeah, good for you, Terry. You're growing. So the police took the Fab Four, as I like to call them, to the sheriff's department, where they continue to be uncooperative, because of course they were, and would not fully identify themselves. Oh, here. Oh, goodness. Oh, boy. Do we have all of these lovely mug shots from all 4 of them?
Oh,
Okay.
my.
So they were each arrested and charged with, are you guys ready for this? Over this stupid fucking protest that they did not think through. They were charged with conspiracy to commit a crime. 1. 2, obstruction. 3, wearing a mask for an unlawful purpose. 4, trespassing. Because remember, this is private freaking property, you guys. You'd think they'd be smart enough to figure that out. And 5, oh, wait, we got 2 more. 5, willful cruelty to a child. I cannot believe they did not get like 18 counts of that. Okay.
Agreed.
And false imprisonment, because that's right. There's only one entrance and exit out of the whole freaking place. Okay.
I just want to go back to the beginning of that part. Calling them the Fab Four is like calling a traffic cone panic attack and the norovirus a boy band.
Okay.
Oh my
well,
goodness.
my biggest question is wearing a mask for unlawful purposes a real thing? Because I have not heard of that.
I think
in a lot of states.
Yeah, I think it's for like bank robberies and things like that. Like if you're trying to conceal your identity, that means you're up to nefarious purposes. I'm not saying I agree with it, but like whatever.
That's why there's an age limit on masks during Halloween.
What?
What are you talking about?
Some jacked up states.
What are you talking about? There's an age limit on that. What are you talking about?
Hold on.
Is this real life?
I don't like. Is this real?
There is a law that only a certain age group can participate in that kind of a thing, but it's okay. Continue on.
Is that some weird Virginia shit? Oh, you're gonna need to fill me in on
You
that.
just keep talking, and I'm gonna Google that.
Okay. So once in custody, the Quad Squad gave various accounts of torture at the hands of responding deputies. Okay. So Ziz says that her clothes were cut off her body and she was thrown into a padded suicide cell.
Ah, yes. Welcome to the Deluxe Cult Leader Detox Package. We start with the wardrobe malfunction special and follow it up with the bouncy room of self-reflection.
And I would like to believe her that this is all them, doing
I have
a whole
great
thing, but I
news
don't.
for y'all.
Yes, tell us, Terry.
Only in the state of Virginia. Virginia Code 18.2-422 prohibits anyone over 16 from wearing a mask with the intent to conceal their identity in public spaces or private property without written permission of the property owner.
Wild.
We got a lot of Proud Boys here, so I'm still okay with it.
Okay, I just didn't know that was a thing.
I'm going to pour some more wine to those that are just listening to
Sorry,
the podcast.
just like
Again,
a typical American, I applied it to across the world. My bads.
No, I mean, but in California, they got, because they were wearing it for something unlawful. I didn't know.
Well, I think it's, I would imagine in California, it's not the age, it's not the date, it's not the holiday. It's like literally what you're wearing it for, which was so they couldn't tell who you were and you're doing something else. It's probably like a secondary charge that you can have if they're wearing something.
I mean, I imagine in California with all that plastic surgery, it probably wouldn't be a good lull because everybody's wearing masks. Sorry, I went there, but it's so true.
All the plastic.
I was getting ready to say women put on masks every day when we put on our makeup.
That's true.
Let me get out my burn book because we just got one.
By the way, weather update for anyone interested. It seems like the severe weather has passed through my area and I did not lose power or have any tornado sirens. So update for you guys.
I blew my own.
Yeah, right. JT somehow power shut off, but mine did not. After
I'm
crazy
glad you
thunder.
clarified that.
All right, so back to these guys, right? Okay, so Emma was released on $50,000 bail the next day, and within days, like 4 days, all four were bailed out, with Ziz's parents paying her bond. And I would just like to say, money vampire, anyone?
Mommy, I need a bond bailout. Mommy.
And they paid it.
They did.
I love how she's still wearing a helmet.
I told you. Anyway, so she told her parents, she said that her parents told her to never talk to her friends again. Spoiler alert, she does no such thing. Just imagine how different everything we would be talking about would be if she had just freaking listened to her parents. I mean, granted, she's more the problem in my opinion than the other people, but like seriously, everything would have been different.
Yeah.
Oh, look, here's a picture of normal Ziz. Just looking all normal and happy. Oh, wow. Oh, she moves. That's
she moves.
That is weird and creepy.
Okay, I don't like that. And look at the cats in the background are moving too.
Oh, there are cats in the background.
Amy, I don't like that.
She's a little
Amy?
brain. Right
Amy,
here.
I don't like this.
Brain,
I'm gonna have my
tomatoes, and lettuce on her desk.
She
I
eats
am gonna
all
have
of them.
nightmares. I'm gonna have
Wait, can you be
nightmares.
a vegan and eat a brain? I don't think you can.
Oh, maybe I'm taking that down because it's creepy as shit. Anyway, so Ziz and the others would go on to lament about the failed protests and how the police treated them to anyone that would listen. According to court records, this is what Ziz had to say. Because I'm trying to do two things at one time. Oh, that's not the right one.
All right, I got it.
Yeah, okay. I was saying you do that, Judy. So Ziz goes on to say, sure, Terry.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I think a miss doesn't like the fact that we changed her name because now we have a misdemeanor popping up.
It's
That's
part of her
hysterical.
split hemispheres, Terry. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this your first day?
Thank
Come
you,
on.
Amos.
Is this your first day? In a box truck
In a box.
down by the river.
All right. So Ziz goes on to say, quote, as time went on, a gloom of guilty silence and collapsed illusions settled over the community. I was disappointed to see that no more than a small handful of community members sided against the organization. I will actually never be able to trust society, even in a limited respect, like trusting cops to not torture you for literally doing nothing wrong. You guys, she said that in freaking court. Okay.
I
Freaking
mean,
court. What?
I mean, they did nothing wrong, you guys. Nothing wrong.
Nothing.
Even the
Except for
law
the
says
sergeant.
otherwise. Okay. And guys, and never mind the poor children
Right. Never
that
mind all
you most
these
likely
charges.
traumatized
Right here.
Yeah.
Look at that.
because you were all too busy being the main characters. And guys, as a matter of fact, the four actually proclaimed that they were the real victims in all of this. And this was a conspiracy between MIRI and CFAR,
Get out
the
those hats,
Westminster
y'all.
Camp and Conference Center, and law enforcement to silence them and to subject them to police brutality and torture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Put those tinfoil hats back on, y'all. I got my
Oh,
bike
yeah.
on.
Let me do that. Thank
Put my
you.
bike
Oh,
in
wait.
my
I got to
own
remove
safe
my little
safety.
decorations. Okay. There we go.
That's right.
I mean,
We're
oh,
all strapped
bless
in.
their hearts. Now, I am sure each of their lawyers advised them to stay off the internet and refrain from saying anything that may harm their case. And you guys, when a lawyer says that, listen, because they are not wrong.
No.
And you will do yourself zero favors. Zero.
Zero.
I mean, no matter what you have to say, I can guarantee 1000% will not make things better.
No.
Now, lucky for us, Gwen did exactly what you're not supposed to do
Yay.
and wrote about it in her blog.
Yay.
Now, would you all like us
Yay.
to read Gwen's version of events?
Because
But before we do, I have to tell you, this made me think of Drew Peterson, who didn't listen to his attorneys, and he went on radio talk shows and talked about his wife's monthly cycle.
Wow.
I put my wigs in the attic way too quickly. All right, here we go. My ability to speak about the alumni reunion is limited since everything I say on the internet is under police surveillance.
That's how she starts it out, you guys.
That's
Good start. Good start. Anna Salomon and Elizabeth Garrett had heard of our plans to give these talks and knew that we had been discussing our knowledge online for months, including that MIRI paid out blackmail using donor funds and that Anna uses people's hope, trust in MIRI CFAR to emotionally abuse them. They chose to ban us from CFAR venues a mere few days before the start of the reunion, in violation of their whistleblower policy. According to Anna, They called the police in advance to get their take on things. In case we arrived and warned the staff of the venue that was warned the staff of the camp venue that was hosting the reunion about us. I don't know what exactly CFAR told the camp staff, but given Anna's actions before and after, I think it's likely that either by explicit content or connotation, they indicated that we would be violent when they already had strong evidence to the contrary. Except this is an inaccurate description describing the actions of their false faces instead of their puppet masters. Sorry. That wasn't in there. I just thought I'd put it in there. Neither CFAR nor the camp staff acted as though they actually feared violence, either in preparation or while we stood talking with the camp staff. CFAR communicated to the camp staff's RHS a lie to collude on as a pretense to silence us and subject us to police brutality.
I just want to say Amos has said she has currently taken her Ambien and apologizes. And Cap'n, another staff member, says that they have taken their NyQuil. And it's going to get weird, you guys.
Do we need drug testing? I think we need fit interviews now from here on out.
I need to take my sleep gummy.
I will just say that the last 2 episodes, we focused on Ziz's blog exclusively. Right? And here we are, 2 paragraphs into Gwen's blog, and it kind of makes sense. I mean,
it's a little more, it's legible, it's readable.
It's readable. I'm not saying what she's saying is true because police reports say differently, but like, oh my gosh, night and day. And remember, she said Gwen is kind of out there and obviously a broke bitch mountain.
Broke bitch mountain.
But like, look at how easy that is to understand, even if I don't agree. But anyway, so she continues on to say, when we arrived, a staff member called the police and falsely told them that we had a gun. We didn't. That we were going into buildings. We weren't. And that they were too afraid to get off the phone. Later reports said there was an active shooter with a duffel bag. None of us had a duffel bag. Police arrived with their guns out, and we were immediately arrested within about 10 minutes of us arriving. Sorry. After which we were sexually assaulted. In my case, I was groped and had my pants pulled down and then sat on by an officer in a mounting position. Hold on. I have a note here that I'm supposed to press something, but I don't have anything for that. Anyway, so 2 of us were gawked at by a group of about a dozen looking at our naked bodies after pinning us down and cutting off our clothes. Ah! I told you it was a man. And one had pictures taken of him front and back, naked and pinned down. We had multiple types of serious and or permanent medical harm intentionally afflicted upon us, including hyperthermia and concussion. Because those are permanent, you guys.
Yeah, they are.
Starved for multiple days. I did not eat for 5 days until bail was posted. Having been denied vegan food as a bargaining tactic, as well as water, sleep, hormones, and medical care, were tortured and were repeatedly denied ability to speak with a lawyer. Okay, by the way, when you guys ask for a lawyer, as you should, when you're arrested, ask for a lawyer. It's going to take some time. Okay.
Always ask for an attorney.
Always ask for an attorney. But
and then shut up.
Shut up. It's going to take some time. All right. First of all, the court has to assign you one. You are not going to get a lawyer until the court orders you a public attorney. Okay. That's just how it works. Anyway, she says, where we were at, because oh my gosh. Okay. So they were repeatedly denied ability to speak with a lawyer and had hypothermia inflicted on us and our clothes cut off. Separate events for asking to speak to a lawyer. Side note, guess the undead type of most the police we encountered. The police called in 19, if I recall, SWAT units, an armored car, dogs, a bomb squad, and a helicopter. From the police report, it appears that the police psychologically damaged a class of school children and blocked a highway for hours. At our arraignment, the district attorney's assistant for our case argued for our bail to be set at $160,000, higher than normal, talking about the expenses of the SWAT operation. Every one of the charges is ridiculous, and the sheer quantity of due process, constitutional, ethical, and more violations is astounding. They're, for example, trying to charge us with child abuse for actions apparently committed by the police officers. How about it, you guys?
I mean, the first thing I want to say, if the police legitimately did those things, that is absolutely wrong.
Sure.
But I don't know if I believe this wackadoodle, because she's not taking accountability. She says the police harmed the kids. The police didn't show up wearing those funky masks and all black clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh,
I
goodness.
can't even.
Oh.
I can't.
I have to
can't
tell
even.
you, a misdemeanor. She says, I'm actively trying the hemisphere sleep. In newsflash, it don't fucking work.
So I just want to get this straight. They survived what sounds like the plot of Saw 12 Vegan Vengeance. And their first instinct was to write a 400-page run-on sentence that somehow manages to make war crimes sound like open mic poetry night. I don't understand. Like, stop before you get continually behind. I don't know.
I mean, it's just the fact that they didn't really think any of this through at all. Like, don't get me wrong. Again, as Terry said, if the police did do these things to them, like, that's not okay. But, like,
not at
also,
all.
you did not think this through. One, this place
They
is
did not
entire
follow-
private property.
Their $4,000 training, they didn't learn anything.
Exactly. No Murphy Jiu-Jitsu happening here.
I know they did not utilize. They're a bad commercial for that.
What a waste of $4,000 for them, huh?
I mean,
I
I'm just
know.
saying, like, if I was at that place and I had kids, it would not be the cops. It sounded to me like, yes, we hear all these stories of cops not responding to things
Yeah.
appropriately. In my opinion, it does. And of all the true crime I've seen in active shooter situation, all of that, it seems like the police responded appropriately.
Abso-freaking-lutely they did, because you
In
do
this
not know what
scenario.
these wackadoodles hid in the forest.
Yeah.
They're dressed like that. You don't know what they've got hidden in those. They absolutely responded.
And, like, I
appropriately.
get that it was not their intention, right? We know
I
what the
get it.
intention of the group is, but, like, for them to
Read the room. Read the country.
knew that,
Read the country.
and then you're going to say the cops are the bad guys. Like,
Yeah.
you literally dressed up, went on the private property, blocked the entrance and exit.
Mhm.
There are 18 children there. Get the fuck out. Like, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway.
Well, on a lighter note, before I go on, Captain, I think, has it right. Ziz probably has a double-ended lightsaber. Thank you. I needed that laugh and that visual.
She
No.
wishes she was Darth Maul.
She
She
wishes.
fucking wishes.
Now,
I had a funnier thought in my head with that, but that's fine.
Right? It's Darth Maul that has it, right? The double-ended one? Or is that Kylo Ren? I think it's Darth Maul.
It's Darth Maul.
Elbow feet will
It's
100%
Darth Maul.
correct me if he's still watching. Okay.
It's Darth Maul.
I think an alien ship has arrived somewhere. Okay. Since the reunion, several individuals who work for CFAR and LW, as well as a handful of members from the community, have responded by devouring us, attempting several tactics to discredit us, and distract attention from the majority of our claims while attempting to refine narratives out of false accusations, insinuations written to avoid making claims directly, while denying us the ability to respond by banning us from places where discussion is happening, trying to frame Ziz as violent, low status, broken, creepy, gross uncle style abuser, and the rest of us is merely her abuse victims. If the shoe fits, wear it. The gradient of accusations matches the central pattern of transfern bigotry, such as Anna used against Ziz at AISFP 2018. Several of the people creating this narrative are known anti-trans
Anti-trans
view.
femme. Anti-trans femme. Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Okay. Bigots who are being given a platform while Ziz and I have been banned from speaking in many of the places where conversations about these topics are occurring.
It's interesting how it starts getting less and less like reasonable as the thing goes on. It's like she's getting more and more and more angry. Also, can I say how happy I am because this takes me back to the transcript? Because honestly, for the shit that I've read on the transcript, there is nothing as crazy as this, and I've read some shit. So,
Oh my gosh, you guys.
wow.
Yes. I
All right.
mean, yeah, it sucks when you're kind of kicked out of these places that you once spent money to be a part of, and you spent a lot of years in your life a part of. Like, it's not great to feel like ostracized from the community, but like
It's not.
already there are accusations that against even the CFAR people, like it's just they're throwing accusations at them. They're throwing accusations against the police, against the people that are working there. Like, can't you just say you had a bad fucking idea?
I was like, say, can't they just look in the mirror and maybe see the problem is them?
Yeah,
Where's that
like,
self-reflection?
He's double good. Nope. Mm-mm.
I mean, I won't say that Ziz is, what do they say, quote, a gross uncle, but when it comes to low status, broken, and creepy,
Yeah.
numerous people have reported that.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just saying.
Yep.
Anyway.
All right. So continuing on with this blog post, he goes, one tactic that several people have used in the attempt to silence our message is to erase the agency of the various people who choose to speak at the reunion and try to build the social reality that it was all Ziz's doing, to paint us as mere people who Ziz whipped up into a frenzy, or call us Ziz's followers, apprentices. Oh, Ziz would love it if they were her apprentices. Yes, the dark apprentices. Or to talk about the opinion of the, quote, Meeker 4, after having only one of us express an opinion. People have misattributed my scientific discoveries to Ziz, i.e. debucketing hemispheres, called people who agree with us our friends, including people where that is nearly the opposite of true. Nearly the opposite of true. And people we barely know, and misattributed the authorship of the flyers at the reunion.
Yeah, I think before, I don't remember which episode it was where we talked about how, like, I think it was the first one where all the members of the Zizians would talk about how they had like their own agency and was making their own decisions. Like, here is the prime example, by the way. I think it was episode 1, but like, here is the prime example of one of them actually saying that. Like, oh yeah, we were all doing this on our own agent. No, at this point, we learned how Ziz was on this fucking boat and with people around her.
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
I mean, literally, you're pulling up an anchor as she's doing this with her hands.
yeah. I just.
So Anna, this continues on. Anna has repeatedly advised people to steer away from Ziz's and my ideas on the basis that we wear black clothing. The clothing of our religion, vegan Sith. Whoa. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. One moment.
It's a religion, you
Okay.
guys.
Better. Oh, man. Imagine how easy lettuce farming could be if you were Sith. Just
The Force wills it.
And political cluster, vegan. Oh, you gave me this for a reason. Vegan anarcho-transhumanists.
There you go. Good job.
She used this explicitly as one of her justifications for advising to exclude Ziz from AISFP 2018 and in BarkSD twice advised people to follow the advice of Elieser's. Oh, God. Oh, you know what? My brain is broken. Cognitive trope therapy post with respect to Ziz.
I mean, would you guys be kicking around things after what you heard in her blog post? And at this point, I mean, I can't. Like, you guys are just sorting out crazy shit all the time. No, thank you. Okay, so
it's literally Mean Girls.
In my opinion, it is. So now Gwen was not the only one to post about her perspective. Oh no! Oh no, you guys. Somni did as well. A person we have not heard from yet. Okay, Somni posted some shit as well. And oh boy, she probably should not have done that. Okay, I'm sure she thought it was going to make her seem like some sort of social justice warrior, but in my opinion, it does no such thing at all. Okay, so you guys prepare yourself for this. Are you ready? Quote, I've been forced to the floor while they cut off my clothes, while I screamed that I didn't consent and gathered cops around to gawk at my naked body. I've kept awake lying naked on the hard ground by an always-on fluorescent light, too. I've been denied food and water as an interrogation technique. I've been chained and dragged around a police station with a bag over my head. I told them they would have my complaints when they took their gun and put a fucking bullet in my fucking skull. What?
Here's my favorite. You know, this is crazy, but then I just want to say that earlier Captain said that she put this in Google and got the lyrics for Natalie Imbruglia, and I would like to say that Natalie called and she wants her lyrics to torn back. So
yes. And you know, here's the thing, right? You said that. What did you just say to them? And then you want to be like, the police are treating me bad. Like, what are you just saying to them right fucking now? You unhinged person. They're just trying to question you. And you're like, fucking put a bullet in my skull.
Yeah.
What? What? And you want to play victim and all this? That's crazy.
Whoa.
It's crazy to me.
If she wouldn't have David blamed herself onto the ground, they wouldn't find her so dramatic. She literally just kicked her legs out and just trapped.
And you want to know why they threw your ass in a fucking suicide cell?
Exactly.
Get out of here.
Yeah. And so there we go. They called me a man in response to my resistance, even though I saw a cis woman screaming at them, calling them bitches as they forced her into a neighboring suicide isolation chamber in the ill-named mental health ward.
I don't think it's
they said my life would be so much easier if I just answered their questions. I could have a warmer cell. Why don't I just answer their questions? I laughed at them and so much more abuse. I have a post on it soon. And this was just 4 days of contentious torture. In prisons, the abject attempt to utterly demoralize you and crush your spirit last years.
And listen, I'll say this right now. You are not obligated to answer any police officer's question ever. You always ask for a lawyer. She did nothing wrong by not answering questions. What she did wrong was acting like a little bitch about everything. Okay, that's what she did. That's what she did wrong.
Disrespectful. She's
being an asshole. She's being a straight up fucking asshole is what she was doing. You don't have to answer questions, Somni. I agree. That's smart not to do that for numerous reasons. Even if you're innocent, you guys.
But stop the drama.
Ask for a lawyer. But get the fuck out of here with this days of tortures. Blah, 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 blah. Get out of here.
Well, At this point, and yes, you're correct. You don't have to answer questions, any of that, for sure. But at this
Mhm.
point, all the police have to go on are their actions, and their actions were terrorist.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and then you go and say you have your compliance when you put a gun. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
Kevin
Like, of
asked,
course-
how long was she in prison? She was in jail for 4
in-
fucking days.
It was
4
jail, not even prison. There's a difference between county jail and prison.
Well, jail sucks more than prison.
One is owned by Don Knotts, and the other, whoever.
Now,
Yeah, and don't
guys,
get me wrong.
she
Like
goes-
I would just say real quick, people, like, jail time is no joke. Okay,
Mhm.
it really is no joke. Like, they keep the
Agreed.
lights on. It will. People
sucks.
do have PTSD from being in jail. I am not. That is not what I am calling bullshit on, because that's a very real thing. It does not leave you. But like, she is being so uncooperative and a fucking asshole. It's kind of like, at this point, you've made the situation what is already a horrific situation to be in. It's a humanizing situation to be in. You've escalated it and made it 1,000 times worse.
Yep.
Okay, let me tell you the last of it.
Sure, I'm sorry.
Not a single rationalist system stood up for me or was like, if you want to destroy her, you have to destroy me too. Or any basic gambits of solidarity and resisting oppression. I won't forget this.
Go fuck yourself, Somni, okay? I'm not
Nobody
going
knew
to
you were
stick up
there.
for your ass. I'm not going to stick up for your
When you're
ass when you're
acting that
wrong.
way.
When you're wrong. And you're acting a damn fool. That's why nobody stood up, because you were acting a fucking damn fool. It's what you were
act a
doing.
fool, get treated like a fool.
Exactly. Like, that's crazy. And then
Well,
you're like, no one's going to stick up for me. Especially cis women. Go
it
fuck yourself.
continues. It
Guys,
continues.
I'm eating on air because I'm hungry.
It's fine.
Okay. The rationalists and cops laughed at us, mocked us, called us psychotic, and repeated lies. Repeated lies. The cops told the press that we were incoherent. The same fucking lies Kelsey Piper tried spinning when I criticized her source of babies. What the fuck?
I don't know what that means.
And
I have no idea what that's supposed to mean.
And if we don't, nobody does, because I'm pretty sure
I don't
this is the
understand
most
how.
in-depth thing.
Yeah, I don't understand how the source of babies is any different than what we all know about the source of babies. But like, okay,
I mean,
Whatever.
maybe there's something we don't know.
I don't know.
and you're acting like an asshole, Somni. You're
They
acting
come out of the belly button. And the cops glossed that as incomprehensible. Just as Kelsey said, my talking about Anna Salomon's trans misogyny was incomprehensible. I quickly gained knowledge about how incomprehensibility worked, and pretty much everyone pretended to believe this.
I love how she just learned how incomprehensibility worked. Like, what?
All right.
What?
Well, for this case, Ziz retained criminal defense attorney Dan Kapelovitz, who was also a vegan, by the way, because the group members only would hire lawyers that were vegan. He has gone on record saying that this was, quote, a classic case of someone being overcharged and falsely accused, and that, quote, Lesota seemed like a very kind and thoughtful person who cared about animals and protested against injustice.
And I'll agree with the lawyer here. With what we know of their intentions, yes, a lot of those charges seemed a little bit over the top now that we know their true intentions.
But your intentions are not part of the law.
Exactly.
It is what is perceived, because you can have the intent to walk in a store with an empty gun. It's not about intent. It's about what's perceived.
Exactly.
By the way, I looked this up.
His skin is flawless.
That's true.
Yeah, I love Instagram filters. They're great. By the way, Dan Kapelovitz, because I looked this up, ran for DA of LA County in 2024. He didn't make it through the primary because he only received 1.2% of the vote, which landed him right at the bottom. Basically just like Ziz's vote.
Caleb. Sorry. I don't have a problem with Dan Kapelovitz. I don't know you, but that was a very funny joke. I think
I love throwing things in that nobody's expecting.
Right? So everyone else got lawyers as well, right? This was a lawyer. That's this gentleman right here. Everyone else got lawyers, right? Except for Somni. Okay. No. She decides that she is going to go pro se, you guys. That's right. Because representing yourself in court is always a great idea. Okay. If you didn't know you were
It's
breaking the
like-
law before this protest and now you want to represent yourself in law, get out of here. What are you talking about? Like,
It's like doing your own root canal because you saw some YouTube videos and you felt confident. You just know.
it reminds me of a
Stop.
special someone I just put on the screen here. Mr. Daryl freaking Brooks. Not
Yeah.
a good idea, you
Wait.
guys.
I
Don't
mean,
do it.
Hold on.
The thing
Wait a
that
second. I
cracks
got
me
it.
up is it's the ones that are smart or their IQ, they test smart. They're the ones who think they can do a better job. And you would think because they have intelligence, they would know not to do it.
You
And
would
that's
think.
where the difference between common sense and intelligence comes in.
Mhm. Listen, representing yourself is never a good idea.
Not even when you're an attorney should you represent yourself.
Never a good idea.
Okay, could you stop making him get bigger and closer to me?
What are you talking about? I'm not doing
I
anything. I'm not
don't
even
think
touching
Sarah's trying to
anything.
make him get bigger.
It's
What do
getting, he's moving in closer.
Oh, I just saw that.
Okay,
There's-
don't you
That's
try
not
to
me.
gaslight me, bitch. Don't you gaslight me.
I'm sorry. I think that was my mind control powers. Sarah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. My mana is
Don't
very
gaslight me.
powerful.
Listen.
Very powerful.
As a Sith foundational member, I am in awe of your mana.
Thank you. As all
Yeah.
should be.
I mean,
All
you
right.
are powerful.
So in 2021, Somni filed a motion to disqualify the prosecution and 3 motions to disqualify the judge, Shelley Averil, mostly based on allegations that Judge Averil misgendered them at a hearing in September of that year. In the following months, she would go on to file 2 more motions to disqualify Avril, claiming that the judge was, quote, wants to destroy everything, especially prioritizing that which is good, end quote.
She's
Oh,
moved on to Sarah Boone mode.
bless her heart.
Oh my. Okay, so she went on to write, quote, Shelley Averil is evil. Shelley Avril has read my previous accusations that she is evil and has not denied that she is evil. I am no man. I will never be a man, no matter how much humans like Shelley Averil want to eradicate that truth from existence.
I mean, listen, that sucks.
That-
Like, if that happened, I haven't read
I
the
agree.
transcripts, but that sucks. I like totally perfect timing on the switch. But also like ask
I
for an
get it.
apology or something.
Really, it was
Come
intense.
the fuck on.
That's intense.
I mean,
Yeah.
she went about it all the wrong way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I'm sorry.
put a
Even
bullet in their fucking head.
somebody who likes to say, I get things, I have misgendered someone
sure.
by accident and I felt like pond scum. But it happens. But that's not, if that person would have handled it like that, I would have been like, oh shit, you be crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting you say that, right? Because the judge did respond to her motions and acknowledge that she had used the wrong title and pronouns for Lethem several times. All right. Noting that it was an inadvertent mistake and that she meant no offense, right? So much so that she would have the court staff note the correct title and pronouns for each defendant in this case. Right. So like she's like trying to, but like that's
She's
just
trying.
She also has to go on the law and
Right.
legal documents. And
Right.
to be quite honest, for Somni, went by legally Alexander Lethem, legally the gender male. Like, I mean, it's a little like
It's complex.
it's very complex. But she did apologize and say,
She
you know
did,
what?
and she
Like,
took steps to make sure she wouldn't do it again. And that to me says she wasn't doing it to be disrespectful.
yeah. Like, calm your tits, Somni. Jeez. Calm down.
Oh, Captain, I think the Ambien did get Amy, and she wasn't able to let half of her brain sleep.
Probably.
But that's
Probably.
okay.
Ambien Amy.
Now, guys, a few months later, in April 2022, Judge Christopher Honigsberg was assigned to the case. And at that hearing, Somni failed to show up in person because apparently she had been exposed to COVID. Now, according to a transcript from the hearing, Judge Hoxenberg said, "You weren't in court the last time we were here. At this point, the court is wondering whether the reason you're not coming to court is because it's an intentional plan to delay the case."
To which everyone in the courtroom said, "Duh, Karen."
They would never, JT. They would never.
No, I just didn't know.
Obvious.
This is why I'm not asked to go to court.
Now, Leatham told the judge she was repeatedly exposed to COVID because she is homeless. Now, girl, let's just be honest. You willingly live in a box truck on Curtis Lynn's property, not paying a single dime in rent at this time. So you don't get to play homeless victim card. I mean, you don't. You just need to go sit down. And you guys, she has the audacity to say this to the freaking judge. Like, maybe I'm more exposed than you because you live in a house. You choose to live in the box truck.
You know,
She's trying to
with
save the world and shit.
She is way more likely to get tetanus than COVID living there.
Right? Fucking
Make it
wild.
believable.
I mean, and how can you get
All right, so-
exposed if you're living in a box truck by yourself?
I just want.
I don't know. They poke their heads up like.
This is a huge spoiler that we won't be getting to for a few episodes. But when Ziz and all them were arrested in Maryland recently, like a month ago, right? Ziz pulls the whole same bullshit of like, "Oh, I'm homeless, bitch. You're living in your box truck. Okay, you like planned to live. You could live literally anywhere else. You're paying fucking thousands of dollars for a stupid workshop, thousands of dollars in fucking Airbnbs. You guys are willingly choosing to live
Your
in box
parents
trucks.
bonded you out.
Get out of here. Oh, they make me so angry for real people that have real fucking problems.
Oh, it gets better.
Yeah. So what I'm about to say sounds like JT made a joke. This is not JT making a joke. Somni's arguments became increasingly incoherent. In September of 2022, in that filing, she wrote that she had identified the judge and district attorney on her case as the, quote, spiritual incarnations of the imposter police officers who kidnapped us. Quote, "When they were abducting me, I identified my assailants from what I remembered of them from past incarnations. I said, quote, I know your face. You are slavers. You are Nazis."
I mean, is anybody else getting Lori Vallow vibes here?
Whoa.
It all
guys-
is light, dark, good, bad. Yep.
I am shocked the judge did not immediately call for a 5150 and get a mental check.
Oh, spoilers, girl. It's coming. It's coming. Wow.
Here we go. Get ready.
Wow.
So the same month, Somni also requested a change of venue due to, quote, genocidal intent towards transgender women. Quote, "This land is outside the jurisdiction of the Sonoma courthouse, just as a woman's womb is outside the jurisdiction of a man who raped her. Sonoma County is infested with evil spirits who are colluding with each other to kill us and silence our vengeful souls as we reincarnate in the bodies of indigenous people and animals." After that, Judge Honigsberg suspended the criminal proceedings against Somni and ordered a doctor to evaluate her mental competence to stand trial. This case remains at a standstill because in less than 3 weeks after that, Somni would be apprehended by law enforcement in a neighboring county, accused this time of something much, much worse.
Oh, so much worse. What crazy? How crazy is that, you guys? Like, what is she even?
Okay, but if he would have done a
Dang.
5150, he should have locked her ass up in the psych ward and not let her back on the streets.
Yeah, I will say at this time, like, she is out on bail. Like, she is
But that
not.
is scary.
Right now?
Yeah, like as we're talking, like not right now, as in like 2025, but I mean like in this story.
Oh, okay.
in
I'm
the
like, she's not gonna show up at
Toningsburg,
our house, is
like
she?
she's
I was about to
free.
say-
They're-
I live in Florida. Come at me, bro.
Yeah, no, like at the time, and what year is this? 2019. She's free, making all these crazy statements. Like,
So is Hummus.
great.
Miss is here.
Hummus is here. Welcome, Hummus. Or she's not
Oh,
good.
that almost sounds like hummus. I'm very hungry.
I'm hungry.
I am too. I just ate
Isn't
a cookie.
that crazy to be like, oh, this is the incarnation of indigenous? What are you fucking saying? Shut
Okay,
up.
but I do love that she said that a woman's womb is outside the jurisdiction of a man who raped her.
She doesn't
Or
get to
any
say
man,
that
really.
though. She doesn't get
I'm
to say
like-
that because it's not relevant to her fucking
I know. I'm like,
argument.
what does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
Exactly. Nothing.
Oh, my lights just
These
went.
people
must
I
just
don't
be
know.
have
I
a
dumped
thing
that in
of
the harbor.
wanting to be persecuted and fucking
Pink.
victims about fucking everything. It's annoying. Okay.
Hummus is gonna get banned from YouTube. I'm not bringing that up on screen.
So now, while the Four Fast, Four Furious, I've ran out of clever names at this point. Sorry, I got to pause for a drink. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. Sorry, guys. My lights go out at 11.
Sorry, I had to catch up my breath there.
Okay. I prefer that so much more. Frauds. And I like that. I like
You can
that.
thank the lovely Hummus for that.
Certified
You mean
organic.
hummus?
I
Definitely
thought she said
illegal.
hummus. Oh my God, Amy.
That's why I said I wasn't going to bring it up on the screen.
I did, Amy.
I
It
know
was
you
me.
did.
It's
Damn it,
me.
Amos,
producer.
Tell
I
her
would
it was me.
never. Amos, I would never.
I would. She
Not
would
in public,
expect me.
anyways.
All
Not
right,
in public
so
anyway.
while these Four Fast, Four Furious were fighting their criminal charges, in 2021, they decided that they were going to collectively file a federal civil lawsuit against Sonoma County, Westminster Woods, and several of the arresting officers, right? The group tried to hire attorney Gerald Freeman, this guy right here. Look at him, looking incredibly casual. Like, look at me from the fence. He looks very casual. Anyway, so they hired this guy because,
He
like
needs a
them,
belt.
I know. I'm like, could he put a belt on?
belts are
Sure.
not hip.
That or
You
untuck
guys-
your
They're
shirt,
not
iron
vegan,
those pants.
apparently. They certainly won't be made out of leather. That's for sure.
Right,
Something
that's true.
needs to
Somebody
be
get him
done.
some rope.
Anyway, so this lawyer, because like them, he was also vegan. Because again, they only
course
want
he was.
lawyers who are vegan. Because the rest of us are garbage. Anyway,
Vegan
he
means
said,
no belt.
and quote, they wanted somebody who shared their values. In a recent interview, he said, these were 4 kids that just struck me as very cohesive, very passionate, and who cared about the state of the world and not just themselves.
Can we get a doctor to evaluate him too?
I mean, he's doing
Oh,
what
he
a
gets
lawyer
better.
does best. He does what a lawyer does best. I'm not
I
gonna.
know.
Yeah.
This is this guy's job. He gets paid hundreds of dollars an hour to spew this bullshit. Anyway, so he goes on.
Tens of
he went on-
dollars.
Tens of dollars. With these folks, they probably never fucking paid him. I bet.
No, I
That's what
doubt
I
it.
was wondering. Are they paying him well, or is he just delusional and he's hoping he will get other jobs by doing a good job for them?
Oh, no,
He'll
no,
get
I
extra
bet-
jobs that pay later.
I bet that the 4, because all he represented all 4 of them in the civil lawsuit. So I imagine that like the group paid the retainer. Well,
Yeah.
usually for civil law, well, I don't know because this is a federal lawsuit. Usually with civil cases, the attorney doesn't get anything unless you get paid, blah blah blah. But I don't think that works in this scenario. But I imagine that some of them paid a little bit of money, but then fucked off, as we'll soon learn. So he went on to say, quote, they were committed to veganism and cared about the relationship between humans and animals. This line, next line, you guys, prepare yourself. Good. They cared about pedophilia and cared about children. They very much
Which one?
believed in what they believed in. They were passionate and, as far as I saw, non-violent.
Do you believe in pedophilia or do you believe in children? Because you can't have both.
I know. I think it's the fact that he used, they cared about pedophilia and cared about children. What a weird way to fucking word that, right? That does
That's
not.
I mean,
Me
that is
thinks
a
we need to
weird
That is
way
not a
to say
good
that.
way to word that, sir. Like, at all.
Phrasing, in the words of Archer. Phrase. Do you want ants? Because this is how we get ants.
This is not great. Yeah, and he kept calling them young people, as Captain just said. They kept younglings, which, by the way, Anakin kills all of the younglings.
Sure does.
But
These
these motherfuckers are like 25, 26, 28 years old at this time, okay?
I mean,
they are not
they
kids.
are not kids.
They're not, okay? Like,
I mean,
get
to
out
be
of
fair,
here.
they kind of look like they're 13, but that's fine.
They're not. Like, they're grown.
I know.
Sir.
does that mean I can still qualify as a teenager? If they're kids, what can I
What?
qualify as? A young adult?
I mean, he's
Yes,
a good lawyer.
Sure.
His
If you
quote,
believe it in your heart and a lawyer says so.
Okay.
his quote was a standard lawyer quote. It was very blanket. If you speak lawyer, you will see that
I know,
quote
but it was not
actually
written
says
well.
nothing. That
But
quote
it
says
was not
nothing.
written well.
Mm-mm. So Friedman also said that the group was actually protesting over the belief that people at the event were engaged in pedophilia. What? Which, by the way, there was nothing about pedophilia on the fucking flyers that they had brought to hand out in the protest. So I'm going to call shenanigans on that.
Well, they did say a lack of friendliness.
But like, I mean, they didn't bring that up at all, and now they do, and that makes me question that, because like literally of all the things that they had complaints about, like, yeah, pedophilia should be at your number fucking one because children are the most important. Except they said nothing about that on the flyers at all. So okay,
I mean, pedophilia, in my opinion, should come again above veganism.
yeah, me too.
I mean,
I don't
that's
think
just
it's
me.
But anyway, I mean, I believe that's what they told their lawyer anyway, but it doesn't check out. Even Friedman says he never saw any evidence to back up any of their claims that they supposedly had evidence on to support their release. But you guys, the case was dismissed before it reached the point where such evidence would be shared. So it seems to me
And
like
I can't do Porky Pig. But well, folks, that's it. No, I'm kidding.
That's all, folks.
There we go. Guys, and that I think is where we're going to end tonight, because we want to save how that case ended up being dismissed for our next episode.
you guys will not believe it.
Let's do a quick cast update for this episode, okay?
Yes.
And even though these Cuatro Amigos were bailed out of jail, we're going to go ahead and still put bars on them, since at this point, they are still in legal trouble.
Yeah.
Now, we also have Pasek and Waterford and Black and White, as we learned they both had died by suicide in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was about to say, and nobody died this time.
Not yet.
Not yet. Now,
Unfortunately.
guys, all I can think about these four is that they are spoiled, entitled brats, and they could have used some grounding and some strict discipline growing up. Okay. I'm not a fan of spare the child, spoil the rod, but they could have used some of that. Okay.
Mhm.
Because the blatant disregard for anything that doesn't match their beliefs is just asinine to me. Oh, you don't believe what I believe? You're bad. You're wrong. I can't comprehend it. And the fact that they want to save the world from AI, but they can't even figure out or comprehend that they need to save the world from themselves.
Right?
I mean,
Ugh.
they give me a freaking headache.
Girl, these people.
They make my head hurt.
Yeah. I mean, you really said it right that, like, I mean, they really should have thought of things through. So, like, really
Their parents should
everything.
not have bailed them out.
No.
Their parents should have said, you stay.
Yeah. So really everything with this group to me just keeps getting progressively worse and worse and not working out how they thought it would at all. What really bothers me about this whole part of the story, like what we talked about tonight, is that it seems like none of them wanted to take responsibility for what happened. You know, like it may not have been their intention. Okay. But like, it didn't mean that all of the other things and the other people's trauma that went through that, I mean, that still fucking exists. All those kids, all 18 of those kids had to hunker down in place because they were worried that somebody was coming to hurt them. And you can't find it in your heart at all. Like, I mean, yes, legally, you don't want to admit that legally. I get it.
But you still should find it to realize that your actions caused that trauma.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And then fighting with the police and all these police allegations. Like, listen, like we know that when it comes to law, jails, prisons, like those things are not great for those in the transgender community. Like it's a big issue, a big serious freaking issue.
But they are minimizing it by this. They are making it so.
They're making it so much worse. You know, because they're going over the top with their fucking dramatics. You know, they're quite frankly aggressive. You know, with Somni saying, "Put a fucking bullet in my brain." Duh. Like, I mean, it's just, it takes away from us being able to have the real conversations and get real resolutions for the people that this affects. And I'm not saying it didn't affect them. Okay. I am not saying that perhaps some of them in their time in jail, unfortunate things happen to them. Like, I'm not saying that, but like the way you behaved is a disservice, a huge disservice to those in the community. And that like really bothers me so much because in my opinion, they seem to do more harm than good. You know, I honestly find the more I learn about each of them, unfortunately, like when I first started this, I had a lot of empathy for a lot of different members of these Zizians. Like, oh, you know, they just got trapped into this whole sort of thing. Like, no, like the more I read about them and their reactions to things and their thought process, the more fucking insufferable they are. They did not help save the world for people like them. They have made it worse. They've set their people back very far by their fucking crazy antics. Like, get the fuck out of here with that business. That's crazy to me. And we're not even in the hot, heated part
I
of the
love
story.
your Terry rants. I love them.
Do I do a good job, Terry? I don't know. I don't rant very
impressed.
often, but like,
here you go.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you. In solidarity. I love the finger heart. No, like seriously, these people piss me off so much.
I know.
Come on, JT, what you got?
Jokes.
Yes.
Like I always do. So
please, we need some.
So I mean, the thing before those though, I mean, the thing is like it does grind my gears because this whole "you don't believe what I believe, so you're wrong, evil, and I hate you" is pretty much par for the course these days, and that's what they're doing, and it drives me nuts because it just somehow validates other people's concepts of this. It just Anyway, so tonight we followed 4 people, all with elite level intellects, supposedly having access to cutting edge rationalist tools, who somehow still managed to plan a protest with strategic foresight of a raccoon trying to hotwire a Tesla. And just like any good rationalist, or any good rationalist retreat, we went from Bayesian reasoning to blocking a road with a Prius and a box truck full of hurt feelings. it's inspiring to see what happens when you take every tool for self-improvement and use it to build an escape room inside your own mind that you can't even escape yourself. In the end, what started as an apparent quest to save the world from AI turned into the live action equivalent of a Reddit thread that got way, way out of hand. And while we can appreciate a good dystopian aesthetic, maybe, just maybe, the next time someone wants to stage a revolution, don't do it dressed like the cast of V for Vendetta as if it had been directed by Tommy Wiseau. But hey, we all learned something valuable tonight. You can spend $3,900 to learn rationality, or you can watch this series and learn what to do for free-ish.
Right?
Agreed.
You know, too, and like, you know, earlier, like the reason for bringing up the CFAR workshops and things like that, you know, between everything we've talked about the last 3 episodes, explaining like Ziz's frame of mind and thinking, and now others' frame of mind and thinking, I have a lot of freaking questions for CFAR. Like, I really, really do. Like, tell me why so many people that belong to your community, again, have mental fucking breakdowns, self-harm, criminal problems. Tell me why. Because you're doing such a fucking great job at $4,000 for these fucking bullshit things. And here we are. CFAR, I think you need to do some more Murphy fucking jiu-jitsu and whatever the other fucking bullshit you sell. And I think you need to look inside here. I think you need to do some self-reflection. I'm sure you have some stupid fucking term for it. You know, and like, yeah, Ziz and friends, like this is kind of their own decision, but they came to you first. You know, we need to ask ourselves, how much responsibility does CFAR actually have in this community? Because Ziz and them are not like, I mean, I know that they're out there and we make fun of them, but like, as Miss Salomon said, we didn't know. We didn't know that we were creating conditions for a cult. Get the fuck out of here, Anna Solomon. You're full of shit.
Well,
you guys
that's
knew exactly
the first
what you were
clue
doing.
that you're a cult.
Exactly. You took advantage of neurodivergent, smart people. Get the fuck out of here, Anna Solomon. If you
The
would like to
dog
come on the
butt
show,
in behind you is just adorable with a little dog butt shaking and rubbing against the couch.
that's Zoe. She sucks. Don't listen to her.
I love
Just
it.
kidding. I love my dogs, but she is the one that we talked about at the
I
beginning.
know,
of the
but I
show, being an
love it.
asshole.
She's sitting there shaking her butt, going, "These people crazy. These people crazy."
Anyway, that's my rant about
So what's
CFAR.
next week?
I have very strong issues with them. Okay, so next week's episode, we will continue to cover some more of the Zizian shenanigans. You guys, you thought we've gotten so crazy. How could it get crazier? You're in for a triple ride of craziness, okay? And heads up, this is where things in the timeline start to get very, very dark. Okay, we'll be focusing on Curtis Lynn, the older guy they met at the harbor last week, who has let them move their slackmobiles onto his property. And for some of them, their legal woes are about to get so much more serious. And I will let you guys know that if you enjoyed my rants tonight, be prepared for next week, because I am very passionate about the next episode and how I feel. And I have a few people in this freaking community that I plan on calling out about this. So definitely join next week. So
guys, perfect time to tell you, if you like what you've heard tonight, hit that like button, but also hit a notification so you get a reminder next week, because you want to catch the terror rant. Also, share this video because it helps with that YouTube God up there, that algorithm thing that I don't understand. I'm sure AI has something to do with it.
we're simpletons, Harry. We couldn't
I know.
understand. We're simpletons.
Yeah. Now, we will be back this Thursday at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, where we'll be covering the infamous murder of music legend Marvin Gaye. And
Wow.
then I am back tomorrow and Wednesday with Midday Missing. And then, guys, we are back here next Sunday. April 6th at 9 Eastern to continue the tale and shenanigans of the Zizians as they take a much darker path.
Oh gosh, you guys.
And I want to throw this out there. You had mentioned money, Tara, and and CFAR, and I found CFAR's 2022 tax return.
Oh,
Their contributions and grants in terms of revenue in 2022 was $11 million. Somehow, their total expenses for the same year were around 10 million, which left
bullshit.
Oh yeah. So total assets was 26 million, total liabilities 21 million. Their net assets or fund balance 4.7 million, which I would like to say is a very Scientology related.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm going to bring my microphone close. Get the fuck out of here with your guys' stupid fucking nonprofit bullshit.
No, they have got to be set up as a religion of some sort.
Oh, no. You know who one of their biggest supporters are? And we were not going to get political, but one of their biggest supporters is Peter fucking Thiel.
Oh, that's all we need to say. That's enough.
Anyway,
okay,
that's enough of that. But wow, I did not know that. Thank you, JT, for looking that up.
You're welcome. Yeah. Well, rant us out, Tara. Rant us out.
With that, I want to say thank you to everyone for being here for tonight. I know it was a long one, but I hope we really learned a lot. And until next time, go forth and be amazing. Finger hearts for all my fellows. I love you.
Guys, please stay safe. Stay away from the cults. If you see something, speak up. And do not drink their wine. Enjoy your wine time, but make sure you're the one who opens the bottle and not somebody else, because you don't know what they put in it. Be safe.
Yeah. And thanks for tuning in. Take care of yourselves, your friends, family, community. Don't let anybody live in a box truck or call your sparkle.
Friends don't let friends live in box trucks.
You can live in a box of wine, though.
Well, not my box of wine.
I will live in a box of wine.
Mine's not reliable.
Or a bag of wine.
Good night, guys.
You know what? You
Thank
see a hole in the bottom. All right, bye, everybody. See you, Crazy Diamonds.